And we are coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by Sheen Washable.
Nope.
Mojito.
J-Mart.
And the Red Baron.
Wow. And for the first time ever on Getting Sports with Drunk, a special guest, the Mass.
The Mass is here.
The Mass is here.
Welcome,
Mass,
welcome.
Golf clap for the Mass.
Mass, we're going to have you move the microphone a little bit closer up. Use the arm.
It's a little bit.
Yep. You'll figure it out.
Just really get it in your mouth there.
So we have the Mass here. He's here to help us with our
Talk Rams.
Talk Rams Mob Squad. He's here to help us do our anticipated NFL Can Drink-a-thon show. So if you follow us on Instagram and all that, you see that we do the Bud Light cans for rankings. Well, they're kind of difficult to stack sometimes when they're really full, so we're going to drink them all today.
There
so
you go.
they're empty.
They're nice and warm, too.
Yeah, they're warm, but they're Bud Light, so who cares? Does it really make a difference if you drink a cold Bud Light? You drank 2 warm ones the other night at Kendall's house.
That's true. We drained them.
Yeah, we drained them. These ones don't have to be drained.
I'll tell you, what an enjoyable experience that was.
Yeah.
Watching Kendall drive a nail through a can.
Well, Paul was much better than I was. Let's put it that way.
So we left the private stock at the house, so we picked up these gross shot things. There's only 4 of them.
Don't say we.
Yeah, we.
Don't
You
say
did
gross either. We haven't tried them.
Yeah, they might be delicious. Who
Nah,
knows?
there's no way.
Yeah,
There's no way this is going to
the
be
only
good.
way I can describe it is it's half watermelon, half semen, and
Oh, my God.
yeah,
Well, it's a pina colada.
it's a semen colada. But so
Yikes.
we have 4 of them. So in a little bit, Sheen Washable will be doing his for his shot
This was
trivia
the worst
loss.
time for me to lose shot trivia.
I'm just gonna do one because there's an extra one, and Kyle didn't want to do it.
Correct.
J-Mart's doing one because it was his birthday 3 days ago.
What a treat.
Happy birthday to J-Mart.
What
Happy
a treat
birthday.
this is, guys.
25.
Just wait, Souls
Just
has a
for you.
birthday
I
coming
know,
up not
Kyle,
too
yours
long
is
from
coming up.
We don't know that.
And then we're gonna have the Mass do one because he's a special guest. Why
It's
not?
an honor.
So before we get into any of that stuff, toast of excellence around the horn. Who's ready? Sheen?
I am giving my toast to Nate Solder, the newest New York Giant, replacing Eric Flowers at left tackle. Thank God.
You didn't like Flowers?
No! He was so bad.
I'm sure everybody else in the United States loved Eric Flowers.
He's gonna be the starting tight end now. Red Baron, Mirror.
My toast is actually a duel.
Yeah.
One is to LeGarrette Blount for going to the Lions, and for Kyle, after being months of wrong, is now right.
My toast of excellence is to the Detroit Lions for being this year's Super Bowl champions because of LeGarrette Blount.
Mine's going to Vontaze Burfict for blaming Juju Smith-Schuster for his PED suspension. Way to fucking go, guy.
Wait, what?
You heard it.
Yeah. He blamed Juju for making him do steroids.
That's impressive.
I don't understand.
Because he hit him, and now he
He
has...
claims that while he was concussed, he was given the substance. So,
Just furthering the reason why Vontaze Burfict should be in your top 5 favorite players of all
Imagine
time.
saying that to like a police officer, like, well, while I was asleep, somebody gave me cocaine. I don't know.
I didn't do it.
Wait, isn't that how it happened?
That's usually how it happens.
And then my toast of excellence is to UMBC for beating the number 1 ranked Virginia in March Madness.
And ruining everybody's brackets around the world.
yes,
Yep.
we are no longer caring about that.
Well, and Chicago's too. I mean, they won twice.
Yeah.
So everyone, I don't think. Do you think anybody still has a right bracket?
no,
there's
they already
way.
said that. ESPN already said that all of them are wrong.
Beautiful.
Kyle, can you do like the UMBC, but kind of like the YMCA dance?
UMBC.
You changed the letters.
We got a lowercase one.
One of those
Lowercase.
I
letters
can't really
is
do a
backwards.
capital B.
We'll give it a shot. There we go.
There you go.
I wish
And,
the Lions
the
was
Mass?
up for that.
My toast of excellence is going to go to Danny Woodhead, who just learned a very little special trivia fact about 9 years in the league, never penalized once.
Really?
Wow.
Not a single time.
Well, it's kind of hard when you only play one game a season.
Now you have to do the YMCA to Danny Woodhead. So go ahead.
I'll give it a YMCA. YMCA. There you go.
So those are our toast of excellence. We're not going to crack the beers yet because those are later for the show. But Maxine, would you like to do us the honors of leading off the shots?
Well, do you want to do them all at once?
Why? So you're not the only one.
Yeah.
All right. So gentlemen, take the nice tin foil off your plastic divided shot
Now,
glass.
here's the thing. Do you drink them both at once?
Yeah, you're
how
supposed
does this work?
You drink where the slit is. That's what she said. No, but you
Botch the tinfoil.
yeah, you drink right where the divider is, so you get both
Like right here?
both liquids in your mouth. The shot glass is twisted, so it mixes in
Just
your
put it
throat.
all. Just put the whole thing in your mouth and drink it.
You should see Jeff try to get it. He's got like 9 pieces on the table.
Jeff, you're gonna want to crunch that tinfoil.
Oh man,
Just tilt your head back while lean the liquid down your mouth.
take a good whiff of this.
That's rough.
It smells like
That's gonna be
body
terrible.
lotion
You
or something.
it, Kendall?
No, I'm good. Well, hold on.
So we've got
Let me have the container when you're done.
the disgusting shot, the happy birthday shot, special guest shot, and then I guess as the host, it's my responsibility to drink with the rest of them.
All right.
So gentlemen,
Gentlemen.
Look at that.
I mean it wasn't terrible, but I would never do it again.
No.
Much better than I thought it was going to be.
Here, Rita, give that to the Red Baron so we can smell it.
Ugh.
I could drink that again.
All right, well, there's 4 more in my back pocket.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
It's just one of those things. Like I feel like if I had more than one of them, I'd have diarrhea. I don't know. It's like
Almost certainly.
yeah. So we have a shot trivia. You have your
Yes.
fact ready?
I do.
So the mass, you are more than willing to partake in the guessing.
All right.
We'll just take if you lose, we'll just take a video of you doing some gross shit,
Okay. That's fine.
eating Kyle's ass or something like that.
Yikes.
It is ass eating season.
Now, we know today we're talking football, but I'm doing a baseball question.
All right.
Very straightforward.
62.
How many total runs, did the Yankees score last year?
Look at Kyle's face, like I just saw this last night on HBO. Kyle,
I'm thinking.
Come on, Kyle.
Guy.
Come on, Kyle.
2,406.
Oh, my God.
What a year. 390.
Paul?
A lot of small ball games.
That's tough. I don't really know what average the average is. So I'm gonna say 609.
Jeffrey?
703.
609 is 69.
Chris?
Fat person.
582.
The correct answer is 850.
Damn.
Not me.
Kyle Souls, the big loser today.
2,000.
Good for you, Souls. All right,
Dude, they scored like 30 runs a game. All right.
J-Mark, just can you throw that shot back up in here so Kyle can do it?
Yeah, sure thing.
Oh,
Just kind of baby bird it.
Oh, gross.
Baby birded.
Did you want
to So- smell
that?
Oh, I did. It was like Pepto-Bismol.
That's actually a pretty good way to describe it.
Yes.
So we got
That wasn't that bad.
couple things to discuss real quick before we get into the discussing of the show. Just kind of around the horn side of things. We're going to a Sixers game tomorrow.
Correcto mundo.
So
What do you do?
I believe Maxine will
Shut
be doing some social media posting about that.
We better have a really good story.
We're going to try to record something on the way down, just on a phone.
All right,
We're going to
It's
make
gonna be
something happen.
interesting.
that's fair. I like that. There's been some NFL action in the free agency world.
Yeah.
I mean, the big stuff has happened, but Matthew just signed. I think it was last night, right? Signed with the Texans.
A couple nights ago.
Was it a couple nights
Yeah.
ago?
Yeah.
2 nights
JJ
ago?
Watt broke the news.
Yeah. But it's going to be interesting. There's been a lot of weird signings. Of course, the Patriots just found a way to make their defense better by getting Claiborne.
I'd also like to welcome Jeremy Hill to next year's Pro Bowl.
Yeah, because he's going to be out of his mind as a New England running back. I broke the news to J-Mark that Dontari Poe was no longer a Falcon. He was very excited. I then told him that he was a Panther. He got less excited.
All
Is he a
around
Panther now? I didn't
disappointment.
see that.
Yeah, I was like, hey, Dontari Poe left the Falcons. He goes, fantastic. I was like, he's a Panther. Unfantastic.
Sheldon Richardson just signed with the Vikings.
Yeah, this is... Fuck the Vikings.
How about the Raiders with that weird move? Crabtree, why don't you take a walk?
We're
Nelson,
gonna
how you
bring in
doing?
Jordan Nelson.
That's how it goes, man.
As long as he plays to leave, I don't care.
I don't think we play the Ravens this year. No. Which is disappointing because we played the Raiders this year in Mexico.
Playoffs.
That's true. Got to make the
You got to
playoffs.
make playoffs.
Gotta
Super
steal
Bowl
them
champ
chains.
snatch?
What about preseason?
I can check the preseason roster.
We need round 3.
You're just gonna see like a random game where like the Ravens played on Thursday, and so like Crabtree goes to visit Talib, and like Talib jumps in the crowd after a pick six and rips his chain off. Yes,
I want fans throwing chains on the field as they're playing.
There was
raining chains.
There were rumors as soon as Crabtree got cut by the Raiders that the Rams were going to sign him because after Sammy got signed by the Chiefs, we needed another receiver to come in.
That'd be so great. It'd be
That would've been
practice
hysterical.
day. I wish we made the. I think the Red Baron, JMR, and I were all making the joke if they were on the same team together. Like every practice, like you just see games where Crabtree's showing up with like padlocked chain link like mesh on his neck, and he's like, "Rip this off!" And you see Talib coming out with like chainsaws and it's just like a progression. All right, well, it's enough dilly dallying.
A lot of money being thrown around the NFL.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot of unnecessary money.
Sam Bradford.
Sammy Watkins.
3 years, $47 million, something like that.
So much money.
Yeah, but the team's gonna be really fast.
They are.
Sammy Watkins is not fast.
He's fast compared to like other free agents that were available.
Better than Albert Wilson,
That's true. Oh my
who signed
God.
with the Dolphins.
It was the first time that the air vents kicked on since we've been in here.
We came in here and
gas coming
window wide open, which I understand you want to keep your equipment cool. I looked. We have a thermometer here. It was like 40 degrees. Horrible.
Picking that sound up.
We're getting that.
Good.
We're getting that good.
All right.
I really, really hate the Red Baron.
Meow.
Nice. Hey, real quick. It's my mother's birthday. Wanted to wish her happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Wish I knew that.
Yeah, right. We all saw her this morning.
Yeah, what the
I said happy birthday.
Now I feel horrible.
As you should.
You don't tell us things.
Kyle, I wasn't with you this morning.
Yeah, I texted you.
Oh, Kyle, by the way.
Yeah. I was at your house.
House?
Shut up.
You're gonna see her again today.
We hope.
No, you won't.
Oh, my God. That was
Is she going to be home when we get back?
Dun, dun,
No.
Going to leave her a message.
This is
On
bullshit.
a napkin.
Can we call her right now? Get her on the air.
She's actually on her way to her mother's house right now. So.
We are getting a phone. They're getting a phone for Collins. So,
What kind of phone?
you know, Kyle, a
iPhone
rotary
5.
Rotary, yeah.
A duck phone?
A pay phone. It's out in the parking lot.
All right, let's get to the show. We got a lot to cover.
Let's do it.
I have this anticipation of it taking longer than the time we have. I know because of that, it's going to be done in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So, this show, we've got all 32 teams represented by a Bud Light can. The Mass has a spinning wheel generator, like a Wheel of Fortune wheel on his phone. So he'll spin the wheel, and while I'm giving
And decide
you
your
can,
fates.
and then it's going to decide the topic you got to talk about. Nothing that you really had to do too much research on. So if it's something play wise, it's all opinionated based. But we'll do many discussions about it. Some of them are fun. There is one category on there that's strictly for humorous purpose. I will pick the players. We'll get to that though when that first category
gonna-
is
When the
drawn.
time comes.
So
Tell you, the
Do you
burps
guys
after
wanna-
that shot are pretty gross.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
do you guys want to know the categories before we start, or do you want to just get them as we go?
We'll get them on the fly.
all right.
So
That'll make it more fun.
I'll lead things off.
Uh-oh.
'Cause I got the box here. So I'm just going to pick out a random can without looking.
You
And
should have Rebecca pick them out.
No, I don't want to. I
It's
want to pick them out.
Minnesota. Nope.
Oh, I got the Dolphins. Go
All
Fins.
right, let's
All right,
see.
so Mass is, the rules are you have to finish. There's 7 of us, so it shouldn't be that hard. Or 6 of us. Rebecca's not drinking. You have to finish your beer before it gets to the next turn. I'm just pretty much going to chug mine right off the bat. So, did you spin yet?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so what's my category?
Your category is best player all time.
Oh man,
That's a good one.
yeah. I don't know.
You better
There's so many.
pick correctly, Paul.
There's so many. There's
Ray Finkel.
Reggie Bush.
I like that.
Ricky. Ricky
Ryan
Williams.
Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill, who Kyle was like the biggest dick rider of for the longest time.
Yeah.
But Kyle says he never liked him.
I never said never liked him.
Shut up.
He wasn't not that good.
Shut up.
But you said he was going to be really good.
I also said Blaine Gabbert was going to be good.
Yeah.
And,
Josh
he's
Freeman.
very average. Hey, Freeman, I have his jersey.
Okay, so best player all time. I mean, we can debate about this, but
Hold on. Can we go back to that Freeman jersey? What made you think that was a good idea?
So I wanted a Garrett Blunt orange jersey back in
Okay.
the day. Couldn't find it, so I settled with Freeman red.
Okay.
Bet you know where that jersey is.
Somewhere.
Doesn't know where my jersey that I got him is.
yeah, he does. It's in Bob's shower.
Anyways, Paul?
Dan Marino is mine. I'm going to say Dan Marino.
Yeah.
I agree.
Agreed?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, this is starting off just fantastic.
Oh,
I mean, that's kind of
Jason
what I
Taylor, all right?
Hey, Jason Taylor was on Jackass.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember,
Yes, he
remember,
was.
remember the one where Preston, the fat guy, and Wee Man, they jumped off the bridge bungee cord to each
Yeah.
other? Jason Taylor was sitting there and he was like, "You guys are freaks of nature. You're much more athletic than we are." It was very weird
I don't
hearing him
remember.
talk.
I don't
Oh
remember.
yeah, he was on there. It was a very odd.
The only football...
Jared Allen was
I
also on
about to say,
Jackass.
the only
Yeah, I
one
know that.
I
was
remember he
Jared
tackled
Allen.
Knoxville,
And Josh
didn't
Brown, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, he kicked the field goal right in someone's face.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, fuck that. Oh man.
Probably hurt a lot.
I'd cry.
Well, I guess some of these will be quicker than others.
Yeah.
Well, but Dan Marino was held every passing category until
Drew
Brady
Brees.
and Drew Brees and Manning.
Really? Did he?
yeah. A lot of
Did
them.
he?
That's
He did.
exquisite.
You're gonna tell me that he had more completed passes for less than 10 yards than Chad Pennington?
Well, before Chad Pennington,
He
may
probably
have.
didn't. He probably didn't.
We'll have
Chad
to go
Pennington-
check the books.
Check
Chad
the stats
Pennington
right
got
now.
in, Chad
All right, who's
Pennington
going
got
next?
injured
Who's going
before he
next?
could hold that record.
Let Kendall go.
All right.
We'll go counter
Yeah.
clock.
Oh my god.
All right, Kendall, you have.
The Raiders. Just win, baby.
No, you can also bitch or praise the slogan on the can when you get it, because some of these are pretty stupid.
Yeah.
They really are. We were
Like,
talking about them
the
before
Dolphins
we
was
came in.
Go Fins. I that's good. That works.
Mine is real fans wear black.
Which is stupid.
It should be just win, baby. That's
no. It should say black hole.
Black
It,
hole.
it should say
What?
Gruden's back, baby.
Al Davis.
He wasn't back when these cans were made.
They knew.
They do.
All right, category.
Draft needs.
Draft needs. Well, let's see. They're building up. They don't need a quarterback. They don't need a wide receiver.
They need anything on defense. Anything.
Probably need a linebacker, I feel. Kind of rough around the edges. I'm not really having any good explanation right here. I just feel as though, need a good pass rusher.
Outside Khalil Mack, there's nothing.
Yeah, their second linebacker, or their first linebacker, I'm sorry, was Navarro Bowman.
Yeah.
So-
and how old is he now?
29.
Inside linebacker.
He's 29?
Yeah.
Well, I thought he was much older.
Can we talk about their defense for a second? Sean Smith just got sentenced to a year in prison.
So he's out next year.
Yeah. I don't know
No, they're
why.
going to give him time off on Sunday to come in.
I don't know why they're not implementing Marshawn Lynch as a blitzing linebacker. Who's going to stop him?
He's still going to be their featured back next year. They already
No, they
committed.
got Doug Martin.
Yeah.
They said
Marshall Lynch is going to be that
Muscle
guy that
hamster.
just gets touchdowns.
He's going to be LeGarrette Blunt.
Yeah.
One-dimensional running back, right?
Yeah, one-dimensional running
Yeah.
back. Still, how can we argue differently? He's a power back. Just because
This
he
is about
runs...
the
Moving
Raiders.
on, moving
This
on.
is about the Raiders. Don't make this about the Patriots, you damn Patriot
It's
lover.
about LeGarrette Blunt.
You made it about LeGarrette Blunt.
I think they need a corner.
Yeah, me
They
too.
definitely need a corner.
I mean, they do need a
too.
linebacker. They need, like the massive. They need everything on defense. But I think they need to go corner just because of the star talent at receiver in their division.
But
Yeah, Demaryius Thomas, Sanders, Sammy Watkins now. You've
Tyreek
got
Hill.
Tyreek Hill,
Kelsey.
all these. I mean,
well, you're not going to get a
Keenan
quarterback
Allen.
to cover Travis Kelce. That doesn't work that way.
What's
Not well.
Yeah.
well for their draft needs? It's going to be whoever the best defensive player available. Ah,
That's a very
Do we even know
insightful
where they
thing.
pick?
Available.
Really wish we brought some prep.
Great.
Fuck.
They're
Kyle,
going to
lick
take
the
the
shot
best
glass.
player available. That's very insightful.
it's going to be a linebacker
very insightful.
because there's a lot of linebackers in this.
Where
draft that are
where
very
is
good.
their pick?
10?
10?
Oh my God, oh, that's right, because they had to flip with the Niners.
Yeah, how did we not talk about before the show the Jets going up to 3?
Yeah,
They pretty much just said that, all right, if nobody wants to sign with us, we'll make somebody sign with us.
They're going to have 3 quarterbacks that might start for them this year,
Wow.
All right. Moving. Oh, wow.
and Bryce Petty.
Got really fuzzy on this. All right, Mock Sheen, you ready?
Yeah.
are we not going to hold on? You said we have 3 quarterbacks that are going to start for them. What's
Who?
that? Christian Hackenberg. We really think he's actually going to compete for a job?
I do.
No.
I don't
No.
think so.
They're going to draft a quarterback,
Yeah.
and McCown's going to play, and Bridgewater.
And
Oh,
Bridgewater.
is McCown back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he signed a
Okay.
1-year deal.
And they're signing Michael Vick out of retirement.
Ooh, the
One of your
Redskins.
favorite
Redskins. All right, let's see.
What's it say, man?
Oh, it says all hail.
All hail.
That's stupid.
Kick out one of the...
It's got the
All right.
The headphone
anniversary
jack?
things, too.
Well, we're trying to figure out why we have such fuzzy recording right now. I think we had one of the jacks kick out.
So
What's going on?
I didn't hear. I don't know what's going on.
Nothing, just talk.
We had a visitor.
knock, knock.
Trying to, you guys hear the
Yeah, I don't know what that
I hear a
sound
little
is.
bit of the static.
I don't know if the jack got pulled out.
Well,
a
we'll
little
worry
bit.
about it. Just keep talking.
Well, I'll tell you. You guys keep talking. I'm going to try to.
All
figure this out.
hail the Redskins. Gross. I need my category.
Yeah, it was their 85th anniversary fan.
It is your category.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
The one I picked. So the
Yes.
fuck, marry, kill. So I get So I get this is a fun one. You don't like this category? What's wrong with it?
Let's see what happens.
All right. So do you want to do all time or do you want to do current roster?
We have
We'll
to
do
do
current.
We have. All right. I was going to say do all time because that's going to be even better.
All right. So we'll do.
Oh, that worked.
Just went away.
So we'll do Josh Norman, Terrell Pryor, and Alex Smith.
Well, everything just cut. Are we still on?
Hello.
Yeah, well, I think we're still on.
I can hear everybody.
Yeah. I think everybody.
Weird.
Everything.
We're having a great time.
Terrell
Well,
Pryor,
keep talking,
Alex
guys.
Smith, Josh Norman.
Well, Josh Norman's gonna die.
Okay.
I think I'd marry Alex Smith.
Yeah, I'm there with you.
Do you have sex with Terrell Pryor?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Are you pitching or catching?
That guy's played multiple positions. So that was like the first joke we've ever made that wasn't private stock worthy. So I wish we had some. You wouldn't have sex with Josh Norman?
No, I'd kill him.
Why?
It's Odell's fault.
Kyle, shut up. Norman is overrated. Norman is overrated.
Odell's fault. Odell's fault. Went head hunting.
He did. He did.
So
Wish he'd knocked his head clean off. Norman's overrated.
I don't think he's worth the money, but I still think he's a pretty good.
He's a good corner.
Odell's fault.
Kyle, shut up. Norman is a good
Brown
corner.
cigarette.
But he claims to shut these guys down. Every time he plays Odell scores at least once and goes over 100 yards. I'm sorry, that's not shutting a receiver down.
No, not even close.
It's still his fault.
Pizza.
Norman, he is good, but I think he's
not
overrated.
nearly worth the contract he got from the Redskins.
Would he go for over 100 yards against Norman if Odell wasn't allowed to run the quick slant?
No.
I think so.
I
He's still a good route runner.
But
The quick slant, he's just fast.
and just rips off like 60 yards every time he does it.
Yeah.
No.
It's still his fault. So, anyways.
It's not like you're going to rule that out of the game. It's not like they're going to come out on the field before and say, by the way, you can't run the quick slant today. So
That'd be cool though. Like you get like a wheel, like
Game stipulation, man.
All
Once
the
every
Giants-
quarter.
The Giants aren't allowed to run the quick slant today, and the Redskins have to play with 11 people on the field at all times, or 10 people on the field at all times. That'd be interesting. A lot of four-back,
Extra corners out
no,
there.
just four-back sets, no receivers.
All right.
All three running backs and the
Four-back
fullbacks.
sets?
Yeah. Would you know what to do?
No.
No.
Wildcat.
I hike it to the farthest one back and just tell them to do the dive option, and everybody goes and blocks.
I saw something the other day. Terrell Pryor is going to look to sign back with the Seahawks. Somebody wanted them to just run the Wildcat option the entire time.
Yeah, that worked out well with Percy Harvin when he was there.
Yeah.
Oh, Terrell Pryor was a quarterback.
Oh, this is the greatest photo of all time.
What do you got?
So the New York Knicks posted a photo on Instagram of Cantor holding the WWE Championship and Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman holding up Cantor jerseys.
Let's see.
You know, I thought him and Cena was a bad picture, and then I saw this one.
This is the greatest thing ever.
Oh, boy.
Cantor could maybe WWE run tag team with the Jinder Mahal.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes, he says.
What's Kyle's team? Kyle needs his team.
No, it's for him. He's got it right here.
Joy.
Ooh.
What do we got?
The Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh.
Now, what do you think about the slogan on the can?
America's team.
It's great that there's none.
But it's like, isn't there a thing like Who Dem Boys?
Yeah.
Or like We Dem Boys?
We them boys.
Like,
Boys.
that-
We dem boys.
They're just a boring team, you know? That's
It's
why.
a stupid phrase, but it's a phrase
But
nonetheless.
it's their thing.
Season expectations.
9-7. That's all I got.
Not 9-7.
Hey, it's a winning record.
Any wild card potential?
No. Their defense is shot, and I just don't trust Dak to throw it that much to the receivers. The receivers are bad. They have Elliott, That's it. I just don't see them going far.
All right. I don't know.
See, for me, their defense is young. They were playing much better towards the end of last season. I think they still may need another year. I think the defense will be good soon, but right now it's not there.
Yeah, but what happens when Sean Lee retires and the heart of that defense just collapses?
Well, he's going to
It'll be
get
just
hurt
like
again.
every time he got a concussion.
Yeah.
He's going to get hurt again, and they're going to struggle.
It's outside of Dez, there's no receiver.
And Dez is probably going to be gone because he hasn't been jacked the last few years.
Which is because, I mean, he's not the Paul said it many times on the show. He's not the right receiver for Dallas anymore. Dak Prescott doesn't throw the ball, and when he does, it's to Cole Beasley 3 yards out. It's just he doesn't throw downfield, so Dez is useless. And Zeke is good. You know, as much trouble as he is, he's very talented. But I don't think the Cowboys will do much.
Well, it'd be interesting though, because I mean, like I don't really think Washington's there. The Giants, you know, it's going to be interesting.
Flip-flop.
It'll be interesting to see what happens because even though their defense, even though their offense was plagued by injuries, their defense didn't really play as well up to expectations last year.
No kidding.
So I mean, like you look at the Cowboys' schedule this year, and I'm trying to let's see. It looks like they're playing. Let's see, they got the
AFC South.
Yeah, they got the Lions, the Jaguars, Saints, Giants, Eagles, Bucks, Titans, like, and then it goes on and on from there. But I mean, like they play teams that it's entirely possible. I mean, like the Texans, J.J. Watt will probably be hurt by the midway point of the season.
Texans are going to be good this year, mark my words.
They play the Colts. Who knows what's going to happen with the Seahawks? They got to play the Redskins twice. They got to play Tampa Bay. I mean,
The Cowboys do have a pretty forgiving schedule.
Well, and the thing too is the Cowboys tend to make they don't usually like get blown out by good teams. They tend to make those games kind of interesting. So, I mean, I could see them squeaking into the wild card. I don't know. My expectations for them would be kind of like what you said, like fighting for a wild card spot, coming up short.
They may fight for it in the end, but the NFC is way more competitive, I think, anyway, than the AFC.
Now,
It would
Yeah,
right now,
now,
yeah,
Definitely.
But I
Especially
mean-
the division they're in.
yeah.
You got Eagles coming off, obviously, the Super Bowl. Giants should bounce back.
Yeah, here's hoping.
And Alex Smith.
I don't think they could do worse. We'll put it that way. But you
Redskins-
never know.
Redskins will go 5-11. Alex Smith will have 26 touchdowns, no picks, for 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
He's the Chad Pennington of his time.
He's also going to run for 800 yards.
Wow.
800.
That'd be awesome.
And like
That's better
5
than
touchdowns.
some running backs.
All right, so this one's for the mass.
Dun, dun,
Thank
dun,
God.
Dun, dun.
I don't want to say anything about
You know,
them.
you can trade with J Mart. He
No,
loves
no,
trading.
no.
Can we talk Arthur Blank?
Fuck that guy.
All right, so what did I got?
You have your own wheel over there. You get the
Sleep
wheel.
at the wheel.
The hell, man.
I have best player all time.
I'd like to hear J Mart's thoughts on this after you give your player. Best player all time.
He takes the one sip, just leans
It's like,
back.
like the thinking about
As the two of you know, I didn't start watching football until we were probably into our sophomore year of college, so I may be wrong on this, but probably Tony Gonzalez?
No.
No?
No.
No.
No. Yeah. God, you're so lucky we don't have any private stock here. I mean, Tony Gonzalez was good for them, but he was way better as a chief.
Yeah. Jeff, who do you think?
When I was watching football, Tony Gonzalez was only ever a Falcon, so...
Hey, that's all right.
True.
Only Mike Vick. Nobody else. Fuck Joe Horn. Traitor.
You can't count Joe Horn. He was there for 15 minutes.
The
And
thing,
every minute burned.
well, the thing, too, though, is, I mean, like Michael Vick might be the most dominant Falcon of all time. I mean...
If we're talking Madden, he was the greatest Madden player ever.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I don't know. That's a tough one because it's like the Falcons are one of those teams like they've been around long enough, but it's like when I think of them, I can't really like I think of like Julio Jones almost immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Well, the Falcons have kind of a very long history of losing.
Yeah, you
And-
can't. If I'm going to be unbiased, Roddy White, I'd put up there. He was there for a while. Warwick Dunn.
I feel like the only person that I feel like it's Julio Jones. I feel like the only person that can make a case over Julio Jones is Deion Sanders.
Oh, I forgot Deion played for the Falcons.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
Deion Sanders also had dominant runs with other teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just dominant over the course of his whole career. So, but I probably would say Deion Sanders. I feel like he was probably statistically more dominant as a Falcon.
Yeah, I agree
But-
with
Well,
that.
what about Matt Bryant?
Hey, he
likes
very
playing for his son.
accurate kicker. Yeah. That's go look that up. I promise you look Matt Bryant,
Also,
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn, father son, you'll get hits. I'm sure.
I'd like to put another name in the mix. Someone I feel like is forgotten about because the guy just disappeared off the radar. Michael Turner.
Yeah.
Michael Turner was very good.
Here's how much off the radar he fell. I've never heard his name.
But he just he stopped playing, but he didn't announce a retirement or anything, and he just never showed up on a roster, a practice squad, never signed a 1-year deal. It just was done.
Vanished.
Think about this. There was a period of time the Chargers had Michael Turner, Vinny Thompson, and Darren Sproles on the roster at the same time.
And Lorenzo Neal.
Yeah, it happens though.
Was that the Drew Brees team?
I was about to say, is that while
No.
Drew Brees was on the team?
No.
No, I think that was
It was Phil.
Yeah.
was it? That was
first couple
early
years.
Phil career.
Like 2007.
Yeah,
Did Brees leave in free agency or was he traded?
He left in free agency.
yeah, he was because Brees was there for 2-3 years.
3-4, something like that.
Yeah.
He played his rookie contract out and then left.
Yeah,
Thank God he
I was
did.
say good move.
What a great decision.
He ended up getting hurt like in the
Yeah.
last game of the year.
you guys could have had Kerry Collins.
Ooh, he was
We had
terrible.
Aaron Brooks. All right, I don't need anything else.
Ugh, there's some pretty great quarterback names out there. Like
Bowman.
Charlie Whitehurst. There's just so many.
Luke
good names.
McCown, the greatest commercial of all time.
Yeah, I don't know how that's like. Hey, Luke. Okay, so we know you're never going to be as good as Drew Brees, but how would you like to do a Verizon commercial with us?
Talk about how you're not good.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, now we have Tom Savage to fill those shoes.
Savage Nation.
Savage baby.
He's signed with the Saints.
Yes, he did.
All right. So J Mart's can.
Wow, lead the charge, huh?
Ooh, good
Oh.
segue.
Wow. I feel like we just...
Don't worry, this show is not staged.
Or is it?
We're not smart enough to stage it.
Category.
Draft needs.
Draft needs.
That's why, like there could have been research done, but it's like I like the on the fly aspect for some of these.
Makes us around
Fuck
sound
off.
real smart.
What'd you say?
Hey, come on now.
Defensive tackle.
No whispering on the air.
This is my can, you rat. Think.
I like. How
I mean,
Kyle,
a
like,
glaring need's going to be defensive tackle.
Kyle laughing with a mouthful of beer.
I think outside of a defensive tackle, they need just pass rushers. Their defense is just...
Compliment Bosa.
I was about to say, because
you got one.
defense is
He's
getting
got a
there.
lot of potential, I think, Bosa, and he can't do it alone. He's going to see a double team, if not a triple team. They have no one to complement him. Their offense
Melvin
is...
Ingram is
They need to
a
stop the
decent
run.
pass rusher.
They need to
yeah,
stop
he's a
the run.
linebacker.
Um,
They need somebody.
Yeah,
They
get
need
another.
Some, yeah, they need a
get
gap
a big
filler
body on
inside.
the line, like a
They need
nose
to-
tackle style guy.
That's one position that really, since Will Fork left the Patriots, I feel like has kind of died out. Is that like all the defensive tackles that you think about in today's NFL are getting to the quarterback defensive tackles, not stuff the gaps and stop the run defensive tackles.
Because they have plenty of
Will Fork
guys
just
that
had
can
to
get to the
stand up.
quarterback.
Yeah,
They're just really bad against the run.
Wilford just had to stand and gaps were covered. Defensive linemen aren't as big as him anymore.
maybe that's the problem.
Vita
also,
Vea is
I
I
don't
was
think they're
about to
going
say,
to draft
Vita
one.
is
Did
gonna
they
be
ever?
a
They signed a
monster.
kicker.
They signed what's his face, Aguayo, and then they signed somebody else.
Was it Sturgis?
Yes,
The Bears signed Cody
Sturgis.
Parkey.
Yeah, I saw
they
that.
had some issues last year. Young
So
Ho
that
Koo
goes
didn't
to,
pan
that goes
out.
to show how much faith they have in Aguayo actually turning around.
The Bears were like, you know what? Fuck, if we can't get Landry, we're going to steal a different Dolphin. Let's get Cody Parkey.
We're taking a Dolphin.
You got to draft a quarterback for the future.
But the name that sticks out to me is Vita Vea from Washington that would fit really well in San Diego. But just a matter if he's going to get there.
He's not going to get there.
Listen, guy, we don't know that. The draft is an amazing thing.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah, guy.
We
The
gotta
draft.
have him come back for the draft. I could see him and Kyle going back and forth.
Yeah, if there's anybody in the world that does as much analyzing of college football players going to the NFL as Kyle, it's Chris Massey.
Yeah, and I could just care like,
We
so
could go
much
for
less.
the whole 2 hours on this.
I'd like to see it, but afterwards you guys have to do a truce, and you have to rub your peanut butter on your guys' stomachs and then touch belly buttons.
Peanut butter and jelly.
All right.
All right, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm going to have to miss that show for work.
All right, so I got my can. I've got the Steelers.
All right.
Ooh.
Their slogan is "Got 6."
Stupid.
Just stupid.
They're the only team
But
in the league
who
that has
says that?
6 rings,
No
right?
one.
What's-
I'm just
It
saying
should
it's
say
true.
"weed?" question mark.
Ooh, Paul, here's a good one for you.
All right,
Best player of all time.
for the Steelers, huh?
Ooh,
Yeah.
that.
Can we do
If you don't
worst
say
player?
Roosevelt Knicks.
He's back. He scored his first touchdown this year.
Wow.
Sammy Coates, maybe. No, that's tough because there's really. I mean,
Charlie Batch. No brainer.
Beat the Ravens.
I mean, it'll sound biased, but I think other than the Bears, I don't think there's any other team that has like
Legendary
arguably
players.
like greatest players of all time as the Steelers.
Yeah.
They don't have as many Hall of Famers, but
We'll get there.
no, you won't.
Anyways,
Kyle's just gonna make some noises real quick.
who do you think, man?
I don't know, it's tough. There's, I don't know.
I
I'm
would
trying to
go.
think of like immediately the names that came into my head are like Franco Harris and Dick Butkus. Not Dick Butkus. Wow. That was
Scariest,
terrible. Yeah, God, we
scariest
really need-
motherfucker lining up on the line of all
Need some
time.
booze here.
Scariest
so have some
motherfucker lining up
power
on
in
the
it.
line of all time.
You mean
is
Mean
Jack
Joe?
Lambert.
That's what I meant.
Go with your gut.
No, that's not what I meant. I
Hey,
didn't-
kid, catch.
Troy Polamalu, but I probably would say Mean Joe Green.
Yeah,
It's the most
Probably
iconic
mine.
name.
it's just one of those guys.
Turned him around from losing to winning.
That's usually what happens when you turn around
Rashard
from losing.
Mendenhall was
Well,
good.
no, you can turn somebody around from winning to losing.
Oh wait, Rashard Mendenhall.
Convinced he was on the Saints.
That's
the funniest preseason. I think it was last
Rashard Mendenhall now writes for Ballers, the TV show.
Mendenhall does?
Is that why
he
that
does.
show got canceled?
Probably.
Did he fumble it?
Fumble the script.
Fuck off.
No, I agree with Mean Joe Green. It's just
Yeah.
you go look at the tape.
Yeah.
You know, the most one of the dominant linebacker of the '70s.
Not like that. He was actually a nice guy.
Hey, gave that kid a Coke.
Yeah.
I'll
tell you what,
think too,
Nothing mean about him.
if you look at the Steelers and you were talking greatest, it's going to be a defensive player.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was always their thing.
Hey,
The
Mean Joe.
I mean,
the defensive seven.
Terry
you know.
Bradshaw. I mean, he wasn't like a great quarterback.
No,
I mean, he was
a good drinker.
He was good, but I mean,
Still,
We could have him. Oh, I wish.
I mean,
Terry
really-
Bradshaw and Wade Boggs.
man.
Really,
So-
Paul
wow.
said it comes down
What
to
a
two names.
show that would be.
Yeah, we just need kegs.
Just watched ESPN 30 for 30, Elway to Marino. Very interesting thought. What would have happened if they didn't have Bradshaw for those couple of years and they actually took Marino like they thought about doing?
yeah. Well, you know what? I bet you they still would have made the Super Bowl and lost.
Yeah.
Kind of had like that Peyton Manning syndrome where just couldn't win in the big game.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things. That's my thoughts anyway.
Yeah, they're wrong.
All right. Well, thanks for listening today.
Kyle, do you think Mean Joe Green?
I do.
And
I do.
Red Baron?
I agree. I think
I'm
it's
going
a
to
good
change
pick.
it.
Oh no.
Yeah, Rashard Mendenhall's good. I
That
know
is-
Mock's a big fan of
Fitzgerald
DeCastro.
Fuck David.
You only hate him because of Madden.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same reason he hates Kevin Nash. It's because of video games.
Yep. Fuck Kevin Nash. If you're listening,
Oh, what about
No,
Dennis
shut up.
Dixon?
Hey, he had one good game for us.
I don't think he did.
Oh, wait.
No,
wait,
he
wait,
did.
Wait,
Did
wait.
he?
Fitzgerald Toussaint.
That's what I was saying. He had a great playoff
Kendall's
play.
favorite.
We just
no one
re-signed him.
Yay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's gonna be in Canton one day, and you're gonna be scrubbing the streets. So
Greatest Steeler of all time, Juju Smith-Schuster.
He will be.
hey, hopefully.
He will be.
All right, Red Baron.
It's time.
Mir.
Yes. The New England Patriots.
Oh.
Red Baron here. What are your season expectations?
They're gonna win the Super Bowl because they always win the Super Bowl.
They didn't win the Super Bowl last year.
They did. They were in the Super Bowl. They won it. It doesn't matter at this stage in the game with Tom Brady there.
Sounds like a
and
fan there.
Just there's no one in the
505
AFC.
yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
It's just one of the AFC. They've seen this blueprint for 17 years, 18 years, whatever it is.
And they still can't
They
stop
can't
it.
do it. They're trying to outsmart New England. You can't. You got to put pressure on Tom Brady. Don't do anything cute. All you got to do.
That's what teams try and do. They try and outcoach Belichick,
Yeah, you're
and
not
no one
gonna-
can
you're
do
not
it. No one can do it.
The Dolphins beat them a lot.
Only in Miami.
Yeah.
Only in Miami. So that's the trick. We have to move every Patriots game down to Miami.
If they ever play a Super Bowl in Miami,
Forget it. Play man to man.
Wonder
Can't
how-
do zone.
I'd like to see the New England Patriots stats in Miami when Pitbull's in the stadium.
oh my.
I'd be terrified of it, Mr. Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Well, seeing as how I think everybody at the table here agrees we're all diehard Patriots fans. Yes?
Love
No,
it. Love
nope,
New
nope,
England.
everybody
Love
here?
it.
So
I won't
we
even
actually
say
had
that
to
as a
root for 'em.
joke.
Let's do one kill fuck Mary thing just around the horn.
Kill 'em all.
So let's do Brady, Edelman, and Gronkowski. So Souls, lead them off.
Marrying Brady, killing Gronk, fucking Edelman.
I'm actually going to take that. I'm with that on with that option.
Yeah, Souls has got the blueprint there.
I'm killing Edelman, fucking Brady, because I know it'll be romantic, and I'm marrying Gronk because I think it's gonna be a fun time, fun marriage.
You know what? I actually like that. That sounds better.
You know, I really wanted to fuck Belichick.
All right, fine.
But-
Let's show you.
No. I'm gonna make Edelman my bitch.
No.
Real
You're
gross. Real
got
gross.
really quiet. But
I'm gonna marry Gronk
It'll be a fun marriage.
and Brady's.
Think of the wedding. Barstool will be there.
It's true.
Brady's gone.
All right, so we'll do
done
one
for.
more thing because I didn't even think of that. All right, same concept, but Kraft, Belichick, and Brady.
Ooh.
I know
Kraft's gonna die
Kendall's
soon
killing
anyway.
Kraft.
can I just marry them all? Didn't see that coming up.
Killing
Yeah.
Kraft.
Sorry, Kraft. You're done for.
See,
Yeah,
No,
Kraft is dead.
You guys are doing the wrong thing here. I'm going to kill Belichick. And I'm going to fuck Kraft because the excitement will kill him.
on the air.
Oh
You
my
guys,
god.
you guys missed it. I'm going to have sex with Kraft because it'll kill him. And then I'm going to kill Belichick. So I get to kill two of them. And then I'm going to marry Tom Brady.
See, I'd rather I would kill Kraft, fuck Brady, and marry Belichick.
This show right in the toilet. Right in the toilet.
We took a turn here.
This is what the fans want.
All right, next one.
Oh, sorry, Souls. Did you even finish your beer yet?
Mine's gone.
Oh, good job.
Wow, hell yeah.
Oh, fuckers. Oh.
Ooh, the Colts.
The Indianapolis Colts. This
Colts
is one I
pride.
threw in midway through this. Whether it's free agency, whether it's somebody you want them to cut. What is one move you still want the Colts to make?
They need a defense.
Yeah, that's not like a move.
But I
They just cut Hankins.
And in the
So-
third, no, what pick do they have now? Because they traded the third.
6.
With the sixth pick in the NFL draft, the Indianapolis Colts select a defense
I do. I think
out of
they'll go-
Alabama.
I think they'll go defensive. I mean, they could use a running back.
They can use
Specifics.
everything.
What position? Like what move? Like a player? Something.
If you want them to go out and grab, I don't know. Who's out there right now?
For free agent, I mean, there's Frank Gore, but they just cut him.
He just where did he go? He just signed somewhere.
No.
he was
Kyle
going
mistakenly
He was
reported-
supposed to, and then they signed Blunt instead.
Super Bowl champions.
I mean, damn it. The Colts probably should have made a run at Doug Martin. He probably would fit nice there.
I don't think Martin's going to do anything, though. I think he's going to be crap.
He's talented when he's there. He's just hurt a lot. But really, I do think the Colts need to start thinking defense. If Luck's there healthy, him and T.Y. Hilton can keep the offense moving.
Yeah, but you can't really do anything without an offensive line.
Yeah.
That's true, too. Luck gets hit a lot.
Luck gets hurt because of offensive line. It's trash.
Yeah.
Sorry. It really bothers me.
So we've named a lot of bad things. Let's pick something they should address.
I'd say defense still.
Well, what position?
What's their biggest area of need right now?
Let's say secondary.
Probably,
Cornerback.
probably like free roaming safety, right? Get real specific on
No,
it.
you have Malik Hooker over there for
Yeah, but
safety.
he
You can
tore his
never have,
ACL, so
you
don't
can
know
never
when he's
have
gonna get
enough
back.
free roaming safeties. Think about it. If you have 11 free roaming safeties, that means the whole field's covered.
I'm not gonna argue that.
I think they go with defensive end. I think you need a pass rusher to got to get to the quarterback.
Bradley Chubb.
Yes.
Oh, God, Kyle's dick just got so
I heard it hit the table.
Well, should I say he got a big chub?
Well, if Chubb gets drafted, I think they go offensive line.
Who has pick number 5 right
I
now?
don't know, but I'm really glad we don't have private stock here.
Denver.
Who does?
Denver.
I would have took
They're
one
taking
for
a
that
quarterback.
We don't know that.
All right.
All right, who else do you think they take
Quentin Nelson.
if he makes a pass?
I don't think
Nels,
Nel-
like pointing.
all right,
every
I
time.
like
Nelson
that.
won't be there at 6.
Souls.
I like
Ooh,
this one.
Kansas
man, I wish
City.
I
like
had
this
that
one.
one.
What's the slogan?
Chiefs Kingdom.
All right.
Sounds like a Disney
Oh, that's
park.
Chef.
Real quick, I didn't give the Patriot slogan.
Oh, yeah?
It's so stupid. Let's go. You can put that in any can.
I mean, that is their hashtag that they've used for the last few
I
years.
don't care.
All right, your category is
Best player all time.
Oh wow.
You could say Tony Gonzalez.
I could say Tony Gonzalez. I could also say Derek Thomas.
And Dante Hall.
No. Can't.
Well, no.
The priest.
Dwayne Bowe is really good.
Oh, no.
The priest.
Kareem Hunt.
Take him to church.
I would probably go with Tony Gonzalez. Probably one
Not
of the best tight ends.
Trent
of all
Green?
time. No, not Trent Green.
I think as of right now, I think Tony Gonzalez is the greatest tight end of all time.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
so Matt Castle's not the best chief of all time?
Matt Castle's the best every team in the NFL of all time. He's played enough places.
Where is he right now?
Everywhere.
He's still on a roster.
No, he just got cut.
No, he was on the Titans.
He got cut.
He's everywhere. Matt Castle has a going 1-year contract with all teams for like
This year,
$100.
it's going to be probably the Steelers. We need
Just-
it back.
In the contract, it says, "I'm here if you need me." Thanks.
I'm
You
probably
know
gonna go.
my cell.
I'm probably gonna go with Tony G though.
Can't argue
Greatest
that.
all time of all time.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
Say that sentence again.
Shut up, Mom.
Greatest off the top.
Greatest all time of all time.
60% of the time it works. Every time.
Greatest tight end of all time.
Go
Of
up.
all time.
You could make.
It's like the Outcast thing. Forever, ever.
Forever,
Forever,
ever.
ever.
You could easily go Derek Thomas, but I just think Tony Gonzalez was more impactful than he was for them. Yerp.
Come on. Say with your chest, boy.
Yerp.
All right. Who's up next? The Mass?
Mass.
What is the mascot?
Ooh, Buffalo.
Giants.
All right.
Bills. Cam there.
So let's talk about their slogan for a second. It is "Go Bills."
Which I think will be changed if they do this again next year.
Bills
Bills Mafia
Mafia.
is a culture.
That's all it should be.
I mean, it's not,
offensive.
to the Mafia.
Don't offend-
People known for having soft feelings.
Yeah.
So I got one move they need to make.
Quarterback.
I mean, they need. They traded up all the way to 12. They need to go higher than that. I think they need to jump Denver and take the number 4 pick and get a quarterback.
I think they need more tables. I think they signed the Dudley boys to the linebacker position.
That would be awesome.
See, I think at 12,
Spike at tailback.
at 12 they'll be able to get one of the quarterbacks and then not have to give up all the picks to jump that high up to get more pieces.
But you got the Jets. You got who's
Browns.
picking number 3?
The Browns.
Who's number 3?
The Jets.
The Jets are 3. The
Jets
Browns
are
are 4.
Jets, Browns,
The Giants,
Denver.
sleeper potential, probably not. I think they'll either take Barkley or an offensive
Or
lineman.
Miami.
But there's the
or
potential.
Miami. But Miami would have to trade up to get there.
They could take Mayfield at 11.
I would.
Bakefield Mayfield.
Kyle, you are a disaster today.
Yo, whatever.
It's amazing, like what happens to us when we hear that there's no private stock. It's just like, oh yeah, all right, yeah, best Steeler of all time, yeah, Dick Buckus.
I don't think there's any way a quarterback falls to 12. The only one that possibly could would be Mayfield.
And Lamar
Oh,
Jackson.
that's Bakefield.
Their Bills wouldn't take Jackson. He doesn't fit their scheme well enough.
Yeah, we thought that about a lot of people.
Well,
Alright.
But trade up, get a quarterback. That's your best move you need to make. You just traded one of your starting tackles, so probably look at one of those in the draft too.
All right, so we got one more before we go to break. So it's J Mart. Let's see, what does J Mart want? I won't do that to him.
Bastard.
Ooh.
Whoa. The easiest can in the box.
Cleveland Browns.
So
I'm not gonna lie.
Everyone in. Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to change now.
I don't think there could have been a better wheel selection for this. The worst player of all time.
God.
Uh,
Let's start. Beware of dogs is their slogan. The worst player of all time on the Browns.
this
Worst
is
of all time.
My God.
Pick a quarterback. You're right on all of them.
Which one out of the 20-something? Oh, man.
Joey Fry was pretty terrible.
yeah.
Manziel, Whedon, RG3.
Oh,
Literally anybody
God, I
who's put
forgot
on a
RG3
quarterback
was
jersey except for Tim Couch.
wow.
He could have been good. He could have been, but he played for the Browns. I mean, Peyton Hillis.
Oh my
He was on the cover of Madden,
Yes,
right?
he
Well, he was
Yeah,
good
and
for the
that's what-
Browns.
That's what ruined it.
The Madden curse.
Oh god, there's so many.
That's like I'm going through like no, he was worse than him. No, he was worse
Seneca
than him.
Wallace.
No.
Oh,
How
man.
dare you disrespect Seneca Wallace?
Here, let me pull up that Joe Thomas thing. We can just go ahead and
No.
list the 21
I-
quarterbacks he's blocked for.
Wow.
I feel so bad that the Browns might actually be pretty decent this year, and he retired.
Well, he did it for a reason. He didn't want to win.
I gotta give it to.
He'd have a heart attack if they won more than 3 games.
I gotta give it to Johnny Football just because he had so much hype. and he was like their last chance to, we might actually have one this time, and
Scrub.
15 more.
I don't know. Charlie
Keep the
Fry
list
might have
going.
been worse.
So did everyone on the list. Brandon Whedon was garbage. But-
Just pull up the jersey.
Yeah,
That's all you got to do.
What's what happens when you draft a 28-year-old rookie
Oh, yeah.
quarterback?
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Couldn't have been a better spin.
Oh God, when you let's save that.
You
Let's
could say Josh Gordon too, just because again, here's a guy that actually was supposed to be great, and he's proven he's great, and just we're just gonna sell cars because
But you can't call him the worst
No,
Brown
no,
of
no,
all
no.
time.
No,
here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking next week. Any ideas we had for a show? Let's do a 2-hour segment on the worst Browns of all time.
Worst players of all time, just in general.
Yeah, they're all Browns. Sam Castle ever play for the Browns?
Who? No, I think he was
Castle?
saved.
Ryan
Matt?
Leaf.
Pretty sure you said Sam,
I did.
but Matt, no, he has not yet.
Yet.
That's why I said yet. And
Breaking news.
Sam would be pretty interesting in Cleveland.
You think the Browns would be the first team to carry like 4 active quarterbacks during the season?
They've done it.
Yeah, I was gonna
Have
say.
they?
Yeah.
4?
They
I
did
know
it
they
2
have.
years ago.
I know they've done 3, but they've done 4 like active, like on the I'm talking on the sideline for the game. Like 4 of their roster.
They've done 3. I don't know that they've done 4.
I'm sure they
That's
have.
like one of those things that like Madden won't even let you do that sometimes. Well, we're about to go into our break, and we got plenty more cans to do. We got to speed this up next time around. We got a lot of cans left, so after this, we're just gonna start chugging them as fast as we can, and then you got to punch the person sitting to your right. So
Sorry.
that's all right.
We've gone through 12 of them, so we're pretty close to halfway.
Pretty close, but not there.
Well, we'll
It's
get
exciting.
there.
So we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. Welcome back to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your host, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by assholes.
What's up?
Yeah.
So we're gonna just dive right back into it because we've got a
got a
plethora
lot of
of more
cans to go.
cans to go. I think how many cans are we in right now?
12.
We're 12. So we got a nice 20 more cans to go. So
All right, who's up next?
I got the Bears
All right, Cupcake.
because I'm an ass and I picked them on purpose.
Also, we are now on Facebook Live.
All right, you know what?
Yeah, Facebook Live.
Hey guys, what's up? All right, so Paul picked the Bears on purpose. Does anybody want to give Paul a category on purpose?
Worst player of all time.
That's not fair. That's why I picked the can in case I got that. I don't. God, there's so many.
All right, hold on. We'll spin one. We'll see. Either the worst player of all time.
That's the best thing
or-
about having more best players than any other team is having you have more worst players than any other team. I don't know.
Or draft needs.
Devin Aramasu.
Or draft needs.
Eddie Royale's the worst player of all time.
And you can shut your dirty whore mouth. Draft needs.
Either or, pick one.
Draft needs is, let's see. Worst player of all time is probably Kevin White.
You need a wide receiver.
See, I don't think that's their primary draft need anymore now because now they've got Gabriel, who's a nice speed slot guy,
And Robinson.
Cam's going to be back, who's a possession guy and deep threat, and they have Allen Robinson. So I don't think they definitely need to address it in the draft, but they can address it later now. I personally think the Bears' first overall pick in the draft, or like first round pick, is going to go offensive line. They lost Sitton, they cut him in the offseason. They've had some injuries, so I think they're going to go offensive line. But I wouldn't be surprised if they still got some depth at corner. But they did re-sign Fuller and Amukamara, and they played good last season. There's still some defensive pieces that need filling, but I mean, they still have Floyd. They need a linebacker now because they cut ways with McPhee. But I mean, they still have Amos and Jackson in the safety positions, who are both good fits for the scheme. Corners, they've got 2 reliable guys. The defense is clicking. So right now, it's just whole pieces they need to fill in. I think they need an offensive lineman. You got Jordan Howard. You've got a young quarterback that they're clearly believing in, and they put receivers around him. You know, they went out and signed a tight end. So I think it's an offensive lineman,
Who did you guys sign as a tight end?
Trey Burton.
Oh,
Eagles.
that's right.
Trick
So
play specialist.
And you got Adam Sheehan still.
and we still have and Sims.
Yeah.
Did you guys, or did Josh Sitton sign?
Shout out my
He
dad
did.
is
I
watching.
forgot where though.
Yeah, I forgot where he signed to, but he
Dolphins,
did sign. Dolphins. Yeah, he went to the
Okay.
Dolphins. Yep. But
I can see them doing offensive line work.
I thought they were going to get rid
Linebacker.
of. I thought that when they got rid of Sitton, I was like, okay, like they're giving up on Landry and they're going to go pursue like Solder
What pick
or
did the
something
Bears
big.
have?
But then they went out and they still made the splash with Robinson, which to me honestly came out of nowhere. He wasn't on my radar for the Bears. I thought that they really wanted like a Gabriel or a Landry, somebody that is quick and it can get 6-7 catches, easy catches a game. to get Trubisky in motion.
Well, they got
Just
both.
to give him a
They
safety
got
blanket.
both.
And they gave him a bigger target.
Yeah, so and Cam's going to be good when he comes back. I honestly believe that. I don't think he's going to be a bust. So I personally think O-line and then defense. I think it's going to be O-line, defense, receiver, and then defense throughout.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Also, wouldn't sleep on the Bears trading their first round pick. The Bears have had terrible success in the first round.
You guys pick at 8, right?
Yeah, nine, somewhere in there.
9,
Somewhere
30.
between 1 and 32.
9 is 49ers because Raiders have 10.
So 8, yeah.
Somewhere between 1 and 32. Not wrong.
It's a good draft to need a linebacker and to need a corner. It's deep at both of those positions. So
Be interesting.
Bet you didn't know that, Kyle.
I did.
And also, let's talk about this. So, the Bears, we'll see them more when they come up, but the Bears, Packers, Vikings, and Cowboys don't have slogans on their cans, and it drives me nuts. Go Pack Go for the Packers, Bear Down or Da Bears,
Bears.
Skull for the Vikings,
I like that one.
but I'm saying, like, they all have things. I don't know why, like, and for me, it's like, if they wanted to leave, like, I get, like, the Packers and the Bears are the most storied franchises in NFL history, and the Vikings have been around a long time. They should have just left the Lions blank and just made the whole division blank.
Yeah.
At least it would have made sense then.
What do they have for Lions? Lions pride?
Something like that.
Have we done the Lions yet?
will
No, we
find
haven't.
out.
And then you'll figure it out when we get there.
All right.
All right, we're
Red Baron.
Red Baron he's having technical difficulties, so we'll skip him and we'll go to Maksheen. You won't be penalized if your other
I was
beers.
going to say I wasn't ready.
So Maksheen,
Ooh.
the dumbest slogan in the whole box. I've never heard this ever.
The Jacksonville Jaguars. More Jacks. Or sorry,
So-
hashtag more
I've
Jacks.
never heard that.
So can we talk about the team names that Jacksonville should have had for their defense? Two I really liked were the Jackson 5
All right,
Copyright.
Kyle, you've been all over that. You know it.
or stealing from the Steelers a little bit, the Teal Curtain.
No.
Because you got the shower curtain up? Come on.
Jackson 5 is
Teal
way better.
curtain's cool.
We all know that.
The teal curtain.
It's like the episode of Family Guy. The robes of teal.
All right.
But it's one of those things, like, when they created the Jacksonville Jaguars, so they're like, oh, the Jaguar, it's a fierce predator, like, it's a feared animal in the kingdom, like, let's go with that. Okay, and it's like, it's got the black and the gold, and it's like, they're like, we can't just do black and gold, like, we gotta have some sort of secondary color in there. And some asshole sitting in the back corner brought his son to work. Teal! And his fucking 4th grade son was sitting there like, let's make the tongue teal!
All right.
They're like, that kid's onto something. And then that kid
Well, hold on.
turned out to be Matt Castle.
Let me ask you this. What color would you substitute in for the teal?
Orange.
I mean, red. You can make it red if you wanted to. Like, it's just, a teal tongue doesn't make any sense. It's like, what's more fearful than a jaguar? Ooh, how about a jaguar that ate too many Jolly Ranchers?
He really likes blue
It's a
raspberry.
Jaguar on a sugar high. I'm afraid of that.
So, do we have a category ready?
We do. Category is back to it again. Draft needs.
What are they? What are they? What are they?
For the Jaguars,
Tight end.
No, they just signed
receivers?
Severian Jenkins.
Oh, yeah.
Tight
He's
end.
so good.
Okay, so now basically your top 2 ends is somebody who's over the age of 48.
Excuse me.
He's not 48 yet.
No, but he's like 34.
Just so
and
you
then
know,
somebody who likes to fumble out of the back of the end zone.
just so you know, the Jaguars are picking at 29th. So they're picking very far back.
That means nothing to him.
Okay.
He hasn't looked at the draft needs yet of any. He's doing that on Saturday.
for me, the first thing I thought of with Jacksonville is a receiver.
Yes.
They just lost Robinson. I mean, Alan Hearns is
Injured.
okay.
He's the greatest fantasy pickup of Paul Riddell's career.
But I mean, they need that number 1 receiver again. There's nothing left in free agency that's really worth noting.
Didn't they lose Lee, too?
No, he
No,
resigned.
Lee
Oh, did he
Lee
resign?
resigned, yeah.
But I think they got to go out and get a number 1 receiver again to help Bortles, because we know he's not a quarterback that can go out with nobody and make stuff happen.
That's going to be hard, though, because this receiver does not have a lot of top-end talent.
It was so funny because when the Jaguars are making their playoff run, one of the Barstool's like sister pages, the Check Down, the Pat McAfee and AJ Hawk show.
I love check down.
They were. Is it the Check Down? Is that what that one is?
I'm not sure.
Or Laces Out show. Sorry, Laces Out. One of the two. I don't know. I follow too many.
We just
fucking
know
Anyway.
we just know you're a big AJ Hawk fan.
Yeah.
Shout out AJ Hawk.
Twitter beef 2018.
He's going to be angry now.
But they did like a. they were doing like a thing about like Blake Bortles. Like I forget what the hashtags were, but they were so ridiculous. And they were doing like all these things about like his like ejaculation habits and like showing like his hidden wine cellar. And he had like wine in his wine cellar that was worth like $8.
I remember seeing this. This was
So funny. So receiver, huh? I could see that.
That's what I mean. You got to figure Fournette is a force in the backfield.
They can even go offensive line.
Yeah, that's the thing. Every
What position
team
do you
can go
have to
offensive
replace?
line.
Center.
Yeah.
Every team can go
I'd
offensive
go
line.
receiver though.
But if you're
If
addressing a
there's
need, they need a
something
receiver.
good there.
Yeah.
With that late pick, O-line might make more sense, but
Well, like if Cortland Sutton's there, they could probably pick him.
yeah, sure, I know who that is.
SMU.
Sutton would be okay. I think that's a little bit of a reach for him, but
At the 29th pick, anything could happen.
Yeah. All right, so we'll move on to the next one.
We're
Red
going
Baron,
back to Red Baron
you want us to
here.
revert back to you and then go to Souls?
I could do a double next round, whatever.
No, you can't because you have to finish your beer before you get to the next beer.
That's not a problem.
Go back to it. Go back to it.
No, do the double.
Hopefully we got the
We'll do the double,
audio
we'll do the
corrected. Peter stopped and helped me out.
Yeah,
We
let us
lost
know.
power earlier in the show. Well, we think we did. We kind of had a...
Souls.
If you're listening on Facebook Live, let us know.
We are Texans.
God.
we are Texans.
Is this a playoff We Are Marshall?
Probably.
Yuck. Yuck.
Kyle,
Yep.
who is the worst Texan of all time?
Matt Schwab.
Yep.
He was successful there.
Yeah, he was really successful in throwing pick sixes.
That was toward the end.
Well, but doesn't he own the record for pick sixes in a game?
Probably. But I want to say Matt Schaub. I might go with Matt Schaub.
I don't know. What about big old Alfred Blue?
Oh, God.
Well, but I mean,
He's all right.
just like a backup running back.
Nah, he was still bad, though.
I mean, the way Jonathan Joseph played last year, it might be him.
Oh, yeah.
David Carr.
I wouldn't go with
What-
him. It wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault, but that doesn't mean that he wasn't terrible.
Brock
I'm going with the
Osweiler?
2005. Yeah, no, what?
I might take Brock Osweiler.
I'm about to go with the 2005 offensive line for Houston.
The Brock,
Brock Osweiler.
the
Brock
Brock
Osweiler
Osweiler
was horrendous. I'm going with him.
Tom Savage.
so bad that they had to trade him and a
Osweiler's worse.
pick to get rid of him.
Breeze is gonna groom Tom Savage.
I'd also like to throw another
greatest
name out
quarterback
there.
of all time.
Because if you're just talking about, we're just talking about their careers as a Texan. Ed Reed was terrible as a Texan.
yeah, okay,
I'm going with Brock, though.
yeah,
He's just
because of what they
sucked.
had to give up for him and what they had to get
They
to
paid
give
him
him
so
away.
much money to suck ass.
Hey, it's ass eating season.
Like,
And then they
We'll
sent him
said
to
it before,
Cleveland.
We'll say it again.
where he didn't even. He played one game. I don't even think he played in Cleveland.
He was so bad. He caused
He
the
didn't
first.
play a game in Cleveland.
No,
he
he
didn't even
didn't.
make it to the preseason, I'm pretty sure.
And then he
No,
went
he
back
made
to
it to the
Denver.
preseason.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He may have gotten it because RG3 got hurt.
No, he made it through the preseason. He got cut at.
He got cut?
the 52. He was so bad. He caused the NFL's first NBA style trade where they traded a player and a pick to get rid of him. So he
Yeah.
is the worst Texan of all time.
That's fair. All right, Mass.
Oh, all
I hope they
right.
go team needs because they need everything.
Yeah.
They're hurting.
They're going to be bad.
They'll still finish 8 and 8.
Do you want me to just go team needs?
No.
'Cause I can list it off.
We could do that as well.
I'd like to hear him say this.
Season
We
expectations.
have a lot of teams to go through.
Okay.
All right, so just real quick, we'll do season expectations, team needs.
So season expectations. I expect them to finish third in the NFC West. They will not make the playoffs.
I hope not. At third. Means the rest of the NFC really sucked.
Well, I mean, the NFC is going to be a freaking bloodbath this season.
Well, I guess I can't really say that because the Falcons finished third in the NFC South and made the playoffs. So
Yeah. And then
I mean,
they
that whole
kick our ass.
division might as well have made the playoffs.
Yeah, 'cause it was
Except for
like
Tampa,
I said,
they're
it was a
terrible.
bloodbath.
Yeah, they are.
The Seahawks needs. Can you say offensive line?
Yeah.
You don't. You don't. Draft,
You said offensive line, but what I heard everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Except quarterback.
They need corners. They need offensive line. They need receivers.
Running backs, tight end. They need it all.
Arizona is such a mess that I think that Russell Wilson pulls some kind of magic to finish above them.
You know what's going to happen now, though, right?
Bradford's throwing for 400
Because the Seahawks are so hurting for everything, they're going to beat the Rams twice.
Oh, that would kill me. That
It's
would
going to be a
kill
role
me.
reversal.
Literally, the best game of the season last year wasn't the fact that we made the playoffs, wasn't anything. It was that we destroyed the Seahawks in CenturyLink. That was so many years coming. It was so worth it. But fuck the Seahawks. That's all I got to say.
J-Mart?
Oh. We got the black and gold, baby. Nola. I don't know why it doesn't say who dat,
Who dat?
but it says Nola on it.
I've noticed that side of the room gets their favorite cans.
Yeah, because we actually go our turn.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hashtag.
And we have all the same headphones while you wear those.
So
red
this
ones.
is the first time this category has come up.
Uh-oh.
Hashtag Air Noah.
Damn, I really wanted you to get the fuck, marry, kill one.
All Drew Brees
No,
except for Kill.
It would have been Reggie Bush, Joe Horn.
Oh, bye, Joe Horn.
So here is the first time we've seen this. What is the best play in New Orleans history?
Oh, man.
I'll give you a hint. This guy's in a wheelchair.
All right. The Gleason, that was really good.
What about the onside
But
kick in
the
that's-
onside kick, the Tracy Porter pick 6.
What about the forward pass?
Yeah, I was going to say Marquise Colston.
What about the Marcus Williams
You
mistake?
guys can all
What?
go to hell.
Stephon Diggs.
You guys can all go to
Oh,
hell.
hold on. Can we talk about the lateral play at the end of the game to try and tie it and then missing the field goal? That's the best play.
Hey, we've all suffered. No.
Hey, welcome
all
to
of
Shit on J-Mart. There's no private stock. The
man.
gates are open, Jeff.
You know, I'm very disappointed in all of you. But,
I was a Saints fan for a year, so
I don't know.
well, I revoke that year for that
All right,
comment.
that's fine.
To me, I don't know. I want to hear what you say before I give my 2 cents.
I'm going with the Tracy Porter pick 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that cemented the win. I remember crying like a bitch. I mean, it was just such a huge play against Peyton Manning, of all people.
How the fuck you gonna offer me a beer and give me Texans?
No, Souls.
I already drank the Cowboys.
Drink your beer, you piece of shit.
I go to work later.
Oh, I gotta go to work. I
You're
can't
drinking
drink
Bud Light.
And you're going to work at
I am
4.
on vacation though.
I already drank your Cowboys beer.
So, I agree. I say Tracy Porter, and because it cemented the first Super Bowl win in franchise history, and not to mention, it's not like it was against some like team that was like went to the Super Bowl based off their defense and had a lackluster
it
offense.
was just
He picked off Peyton Manning.
an
He picked off
amazing
top 5
offense
quarterback of all
versus
time
offense.
and brought it to the house. I mean, the onside kick was great. The blocked punt was fantastic, but
I would say that the onside kick is the more iconic play.
Yeah. Definitely the boldest play I've ever seen in my life.
I'd like to know who made the Marquise Colston play call, though.
I
I need to know who.
I just want to know what he was thinking in his head
Well,
when he
he
did
just
that.
thought he had an opportunity, and he
I'll
fucked
tell
it
you
up.
what.
Hey, I'm a receiver.
He's
Let
like,
me throw the ball
Hey,
downfield.
Drew, you might as well retire. I got this.
I'll tell you what. This is exactly what went through Peyton's mind. Fuck it.
Yeah. He has way too many of those moments.
all right. You got the Ravens.
Ooh, one of the best teams.
Fuck off.
No,
Ravens.
you fuck off.
Yeah, Ravens fuck.
Wow. All right.
Hey, Cupcake.
Thank God Rita doesn't have to do any more editing on this show.
You
Okay.
drink next day.
What are their draft needs?
Receiver.
You know, this is supposed to be you come up with it. You know, you guys give me all these hints. But what do you think?
Special
what
teams.
what pick do they have?
Ravens, hold on.
16.
Are they really at 16? They're that low?
Yeah, Mock got him.
They had like an okay year. Like they were making playoff push for a while.
Well, they were going to make the playoffs. They didn't lose to the Bengals week 17.
Oh my god,
that's right.
That's still one of my favorite locker room moments of all time.
16.
Go Dalton.
Kyle, I made fun of you, but this Saints beer doesn't taste as good as the Browns beer. You're not wrong.
I don't know, for the Ravens, I don't want to say receiver. I mean, they went out and got Crabtree, who's going to be their number one.
Who else do they have?
But I understand that, but I'm saying, but even if they draft a receiver in the first round, he's not going to be their number one right out of the gate.
No,
Crabtree's still going to be the number one. He's got the talent and he's got the experience.
he's got the age too.
I understand that, but I think that they look
And
for
the
a
chain.
receiver a little later. I honestly believe
Sometimes.
it's tough. I think in the
Offensive line.
I
just
think
going to say that for every
No, but
team.
they lost
For every
Ryan
team you can
Jensen
say
for the
that.
year. They lost their center
no, I
to
understand.
Tampa Bay.
What?
All they have
Need
is
a
Ronnie
quarterback for
Staley.
the future. Joe Flacco's not lasting more than 3 years.
I like this kid already.
Yeah, Kyle, he didn't say that he wants him to die though.
Say it.
I've been to M&T Bank Stadium. It's a nice stadium.
I know it's deep.
Hate him.
I know the
get
draft
lost
core is deep
outside
this
it.
year, but I think they go with their first pick. I think that they go linebacker. I think they look for
agree.
somebody to. The Ravens, just like the Steelers, have always prided themselves off defense and I don't think that one piece in this draft, if they go the receiver or anything, is going to fix that offense. This is going to come from a couple of years of working it like the Bears are trying to do now. I think they're going to try to keep their defense as a fearful defense that can go up and compete with high-powered offenses like the Steelers, and I think they're going to look for a linebacker that's going to be able to come in. He's going to play well right off the bat, and he's going to be able to learn from Suggs while Suggs is still around.
Yeah, he's got to retire eventually.
So let me ask a question. We're talking about receivers for the Ravens. What's going to happen to Macklin? They just cut him.
He'll probably go to New England.
Who cares?
Make him back to Philadelphia.
No, he's gonna. No, he's gonna go to the Redskins with Alex Smith.
He's going to the CFL.
How much does
They
he
couldn't
really
hear you.
have left? Is the real
Here's the
question.
thing. Macklin wasn't bad. I mean,
Browns.
the Ravens' offense was kind of sputtering
Yeah.
last year. I think Macklin still has some in the tank, but he can't be a number one.
No.
No, he'll
He'll
definitely
come in,
be
be
a
a
good
number two.
I think he could be a really good slot. Just
Yes.
he's still quick.
Just pull an Anquan Bolden, but not
Yeah.
as good.
How do you guys drink warm beer?
Yeah.
Not
So
well.
here's the problem. It was the
Refrigerator right behind me.
it
You
was
ever been to Britain?
It was just. It's
I haven't either. It sucks.
Bud Light. It's just. It's volume. It's quantity over quality.
It's called being drunk.
Yeah, it's a Sunday morning.
Refrigerator behind me.
Kyle. All right, Red Baron. So going back to back. So the first can is.
The Vikings. Yeah, they don't have a saying either.
They should. It should be Skull.
Skull. Yeah, it should be Skull Wintergreen Long Cut.
Skull.
Skull.
Go Vikes.
No,
Anything.
it shouldn't be that. It should be Grizzly Wintergreen Long Cut.
Digs. And his second can.
Beckham's
Do you want to do it now or next? Don't look.
I saw it's orange, but it could be anything. It could be
It's the
Bengals.
Bengals.
Or
It's the Bengals.
Broncos.
Yeah, there could be anything.
Orange would be your hair.
True, it could be.
Yeah.
All right.
Spin the wheel for the Vikings. What do
I
we got?
just did. I'm in a toss-up of what I want it to be because it almost landed on one. I don't know if I want it to be best play of all time
No.
or season expectations.
Do season
man.
expectations.
Season
before I
expectations.
kill
Play
Kendall.
of all time. Oh man.
Season expectations is what it landed on.
Digs.
Okay.
It did land on season expectations.
Okay. He's good. Jeremiah's good. Are you ready? I almost knocked out this one guy this one time.
In this studio.
Were you guys together for that game?
No, we weren't. We weren't. But I was with him for another traumatizing moment in his sports life.
I kicked my
What
own
was that?
parents out of my apartment when that Diggs play happened.
I was with him when Marshawn ripped off the run.
Thank you for bringing that one up too.
Beastquake won.
We had some really good wings that day. They didn't taste as good after the play, though.
I was supposed to be over that day.
Yeah,
It-
fuck.
it-
I'm
it
glad you
snowed.
weren't.
It snowed.
Real quick, I'd like to. Now, it's not as bad as the Marshawn one, but I'd like to say something to Jeff. So, you remember in the playoffs? Now, the Saints deserved to lose to the Bears that game. Remember that playoff game?
I don't remember.
Do you remember when Reggie Bush ripped off? Like, they were down like 20, and he ripped off that like 48-yard
flip?
touchdown run. He front flipped into the end zone, didn't land it,
No,
got
he-
flagged, and then they lost by 20.
Remember that time that Reggie Bush got fucked up?
All right, Kyle.
Which time?
By Kim Kardashian.
All right, so we got season expectations.
I see the
Like Sheldon Brown.
Vikings as a 10-win team. I don't know if they'll win the division.
You think they're only going that far?
Well, I think, though I have doubts about the Packers and Aaron Rodgers being dominant, I think it's just one of those things. Is like, hey, it's kind of like the Patriots of the NFC. They find a way to win games, and they'll put together 12 wins, and just find a way to be better than the Vikings. The defense is still
That
Pretty
defense is
good.
terrifying. They've added
good.
pieces to that.
and
My thing is,
And they just upgraded quarterback.
with my things though, for the
I
Vikings
don't think
is,
that's an upgrade. I
from-
think that's a lateral move.
My thing with the Vikings is anytime over the past 18 years or so that we've seen a team be dominant on both sides of the ball, they've never really been dominant in one game together. It's been the offense has been 3 and out regularly. The receivers are not getting open. The running back can't find the holes, but the defense is playing lights out. Or the defense is they're just not covering properly, or they're letting off big runs for no reason, but the offense is putting up 40 points. So these games are much more contested than they should be.
Do you remember the Eagles in the NFC Championship game destroying the Vikings on both sides of the ball?
Well, yeah, but the Vikings didn't have an elite offense. I refuse to concede to this notion that the Vikings had an elite offense
They
last
didn't.
season.
They
They were
didn't.
led by Case Keenum. If Case Keenum can do it this year with the Broncos, then I'll say, okay, that Case Keenum is a good quarterback. Case Keenum, as of right now, is a lifelong backup quarterback that had one good year.
Yes, and I agree with
And the
you,
Vikings did the right
but
move
it's
by not giving him the money.
But it's every other piece around him that was elite. You had Jerick McKinnon that was running
but we
great.
We don't know, but Jerick McKinnon's gone. We don't know what the
But you have Dalvin Cook coming in.
But
Who
you
is
don't
better.
know that he's going to have. But you don't know that
You don't know what he
that
is
year.
coming back.
And you don't know that Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen are going to have the years they had. You don't know that.
But we're not talking about the next year. We're talking about this year. This year, they
That's what
had
I'm
a
saying.
really good
But-
offense.
But you don't know that they're going to have that same offense. Players fall off all the
but we're
time.
not worried about
Shout out Mike Handy, longtime Vikings fan.
We're
No,
talking
I
about
understand.
last year.
Right. But
Last year, they
49ers
had an
fan.
elite offense. It doesn't matter if it carries into next year.
What?
They had an elite offense last year.
I don't think
I don't think it was elite. They were
I don't think it was an
efficient.
elite offense.
They were efficient.
exactly.
Okay, we'll go
They were
efficient with
efficient.
that.
They weren't elite. The Vikings, to me, an elite offense is a team that, okay, this team is going to, if they're an elite offense and elite defense, they're giving up less than 10 points and they're scoring 30 points.
Yeah.
The Vikings were just efficient. They were good at converting third downs.
They're good at getting lucky bullshit plays.
Yes.
All right, moving on.
All right,
Moving on.
moving on, 'cause we only
got a
have
lot of
40
cans
minutes
to
left.
drink.
And I like Adam Thielen.
Shut up.
All right, did you finish your Vikings beer yet?
It'll take me about like a couple seconds.
Go.
All right, go.
Go.
Well, you guys
got
gotta talk. We can have.
Yeah, we're going to
You
talk.
got to finish it.
We know how the radio works.
Hold on now.
That's an asshole. Oh,
Nice to be young again.
he's just like, oh, I had a radio show at Eastern, so like you guys have to succumb to my dominance.
I have one more point on
Paul,
the
didn't
Vikings.
you?
Go ahead. No, Kendall's drinking. If the Vikings don't make the Super Bowl this year, their window's going to start closing.
No, the window is closed if they don't make it this year.
The window's already closed.
No. If they have a chance to make it this year, if they don't make it this year, it's
Their
closed.
window's already closed.
There's too many defensive pieces and even Diggs that's free
They're all
agents
free
after
agents
next
next year.
after
They-
this
their
upcoming
window.
season.
Their window's already closed.
They didn't lose
Much-
anything this offseason. though.
Unlike Bill Belichick, who's a coaching genius, the Vikings do not have that. The Vikings defense is very easy to beat. All you have to do is you need a quick cut running back like a LaShawn McCoy, and you need somebody who can throw quick over the middle passes. That's all you need.
But the Vikings
Don't turn the ball
didn't
over.
lose anybody this year.
It doesn't matter. If Tom Brady had LaShawn McCoy and Julian Edelman, he'd beat the Vikings 10 out of 10 times. Because all you'd have to do is run quick slants and seam routes with Gronkowski and LaShawn McCoy to bounce to the
But
outside.
9 out of 10 teams that the Vikings are going to play don't have the quick cut guy and a good quarterback to beat them with.
The Vikings are not making the Super Bowl this year. They're not.
So what's your second team?
What do we got?
Mike
Hey.
Handy is just loving the Vikings talk. He's loving it.
And let's also not forget, Kirk Cousins hasn't proven anything as a quarterback. Let's forget that.
No,
argument.
absolutely.
In the
That's why I
words of
said
Kyle Souls,
Broncos.
we'll find out.
Broncos.
Case Keenum was a
Nope,
lateral move.
it's over. The Vikings are over. We're done. We're done. We got to move on. We got a lot of cans.
I'm interested.
The Mile High Salute. That's their slogan. I mean, they used to do that in the 90s, 2000s. They don't really do it that much anymore. They just don't. I don't know why.
The best play in Broncos history.
All right, so I was hoping I was going to get this. I was prepared.
It's the opening to the Super Bowl, right? When they
Yeah,
fumbled
that
the
was
safety.
great. Probably in the Super Bowl when Elway was hit and he gets helicoptered around. It's awesome.
If I think about a Broncos play, that's what comes
yeah,
to mind.
it's great.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's not the faulty snap to start off the Super Bowl against the Seahawks?
Hold on. What about Tim Tebow leading the charge against your Steelers?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. If you're a Broncos fan, that is probably up there on your
Yeah.
list of.
Kyle
probably-
kicked us out of
I
his
don't know if
house.
you got the subtle message, but that was a giant fuck you from Jeff.
Yeah.
Listen. I'm a good
Dishing
sports
those
fan.
out for all
I'm a
you
good
guys
sports fan.
now.
What about
I
the
can
throws?
take
They
it.
was 40-yard running at the Saints one time.
I'm not like Kyle.
Or the time Darren Sharper stripped. Wait, fuck you. Why you even bring that up?
I don't know if it ever happened.
Miller.
I just shit.
But-
Meet me outside after this, all right? Thank you.
All right.
Moving on.
But yes, that's my greatest play. But I could agree that the Tebow play is probably up there. You know, with
I'm just mad everyone attacked me earlier, that's all.
Souls kicked us out of his house after that play.
Yes, you did. That's because we all T-bowed immediately after the play.
All right, Mock, you ready for this one? Who do you got?
I have the Tennessee Titans. Tighten up.
Shut up.
That one's stupid.
I don't mind it.
It's all right.
All
I
right,
don't mind it.
I was in high school. a
you
little
were lucky enough to pull the category of the fuck, marry, kill.
I don't like this category.
So we're gonna give you
bit. Eddie George. Eddie George.
no, we're gonna give you
Brian Rapko.
Derrick Henry, Delaney Walker, and Ryan Suckup.
Kill, suck up.
We all
Kill,
know what
suck up.
Suckup's
Kill,
gonna
suck
do.
up. Kill,
Suckup's
suck
getting married.
Fuck.
Delaney Walker gotta go. Kind of killed me in fantasy last year. And I guess that leaves Derrick Henry. Oh boy.
You're in for a rough one.
Yeah, Derrick. Yeah, if you're gonna have sex with Derrick Henry,
What's he like?
Now-
6'5"?
Now the starting running back.
Now, I don't know if this is the best segue to what I want to say, but I think Derrick Henry's going to be a top 5 running back next year.
Even though they signed Deion Lewis?
I do. I think he's going to be really good. We saw what he did with limited carries when Murray was there. If he's the full-time running, I think he's going to be outstanding.
Destroying your ass.
But it's a matter of if he is the full-time running back.
He's
Say that
getting
again?
in Madden for nothing.
You think
for
so?
Nothing.
I hope he is. He should be. Derrick Henry is talented.
They got
He
Deion
is
Lewis.
talented, but the deal that they just gave Deion Lewis, you think that he's going to be the feature back?
That's what just doesn't make sense because Henry looked great when Murray wasn't there, and they should have just given the reins to Henry.
Well, you could think of it. They're two very different kinds of backs. Deion Lewis is not a downhill back like Derrick Henry is.
I think they'll complement each
You
other.
want to know what
nicely.
else? Deion Lewis isn't going to do anything on any other team because he's not on the Patriots.
And they got Malcolm Butler.
Yeah.
Oh, that means so much to the run game. They
Might.
have a defensive back.
It doesn't mean it means that if Malcolm Butler's out there on the goal line, you're not going to run it.
Exactly.
Souls.
I have the Carolina Panthers,
Yep.
and I have Panthers Pride.
What are their draft needs?
Offensive line or corners.
There you go, Kyle. Every time offensive
Every
line.
team needs an offensive line. They just lost Andrew Norwell to the Jaguars.
They need wide receivers too.
They're not going to go with that round one.
Yo, you know that?
I got a feeling.
We didn't
speak
say
with an executive?
round one needs. We said draft needs.
I'm
They
telling
need a
you.
wide receiver.
Offensive line is more important, and defensive backs and safeties are more important for them. They lost Kurt Coleman. They lost Andrew Norwell. They got to replace those two guys.
What do they have for weapons on the offense? They have Christian McCaffrey.
Torrey Smith, they just traded for.
You're
they
calling
trade-
Torrey
Are you gonna
Smith
say that?
a weapon?
Torrey Smith is going to be like the next
Next
for them.
man, move on. Fuck this kid.
No, they were missing the speed receiver to go downfield like they had in
Torrey
10 games.
Smith is a
You mean
speed
you mean
receiver.
Hold on,
Yeah,
hold on, hold on,
you mean
hold on.
Raven Great?
We're gonna have to rewind.
Torrey Smith is
They-
a speed receiver?
They can have him as a speed receiver. He has to be able to catch the ball and do something with it.
Oh my God, they're not going receiver round one.
I didn't
Christian
say they have
Kirk
to
will
go.
drop to round two.
Kyle's been talking to the scouts.
Oh, man.
Kyle, you're the only person I know who could sit with their hands in their pockets. Get your
What are you doing? He's playing next to me. What are you doing?
Playing a little pocket ball. I just
He's
feel
like
like
in there too.
I feel like Connor Williams from Texas, or somebody like
deep pocket.
Josh Jackson from Iowa is a better
That's
is a
a-
better
that's a
pick
bad
round
Josh
ball
one.
Jackson's
player.
not going to fall all the way down there.
We don't know
That
that.
guy plays for the Suns.
He played for Iowa.
He's on the Phoenix Suns.
I can see Connor Williams going to the Panthers, but Josh Jackson isn't going to fall down there.
Peter,
on the Suns.
Peter, do you want a can? Do you want to give a go at the wheel?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I'm on vacation. And the squirter's with me. Can you turn up 6 a little on the game, maybe? Feels so
Ooh.
Eagles.
I'm sure you're excited being a
It's
Dallas fan.
cold. It's not even cold.
No, none of them are cold.
God.
All right, so
Warm.
I'll do this if I can get a plug for myself tomorrow.
All right.
arguably the most complete team in the league. What are their draft needs?
Very arguably.
The what?
What are their draft needs?
For Philly?
Yeah.
Offensive line, right, Kyle?
Nah.
Defensive back.
Oh,
now
I think a running backs in full. Well, they didn't win the Super Bowl, so do you really need anything?
They don't really need anything because they kept most of their talent.
So I
They
say
need a
fu-
backup quarterback.
a
once they
Super
get-
Bowl and a tight end. How's that?
Hey,
Yeah.
and Peter, he's going to be washing cars tomorrow.
Yeah. So I'm going to be on Chaz and AJ tomorrow, starting at 8:20, and watch out, Stoshball, you're fired. But here's a little bit of what I
He's
did.
coming for you.
What I did last night. Get your permission to be on the radio?
No.
Yes.
You have to say yes.
Yes.
What's your name?
Dave Walsh.
Oh fuck. Don't
Where you
say
from?
that to me.
Naugatuck.
Oh fuck.
How much have you had to drink?
A lot.
What's a lot?
I had about 8 shots.
What time is it?
I don't know.
It's 4 o'clock.
And
What are you drinking?
Jameson and a lot of beer.
Jameson and a lot of beer. That's the same thing.
Sounds like Kyle.
Okay,
Oh,
but
Jameson shots. Sorry.
Jameson shots.
Erase that. You gotta get rid of that. No, leave it.
What's your message to the listeners?
Fucking PLR rules, man.
I mean,
No.
Do you have a party trick?
A party trick? Yeah, I show my ass.
That's with cherry strings, really good, baby.
This is good. If you gotta edit.
Give me a party chant.
Oh, fuck me. His name is Noctave Walsh.
Give me an Irish toast.
Here's to you and here's to me. Fuck you and fuck me.
Oh, really? You're married to him.
I know, I love him.
Give me your best Irish impression.
Oh, shit.
Best Irish impression.
You got it. Hello, I'm from the McPatties here.
Kyle, is this you?
Eric, I love you, Eric.
You got anything to say to Chaz and AJ, Pam, and Phil?
How you doing? How you doing?
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
That's great.
So
That's
me and
good
Ricky
stuff.
drove around sober as fuck. Getting people. We had one guy fall during an interview.
Oh, that's
The
impressive.
very first interview, he had a kilt on too. It was really disturbing when
Now, anything on under the kilt?
he had a.
Tiny
I don't know if it's like do like kilts come with protective underwear?
No.
I don't think so.
So we saw his
I don't know where
boxers,
you guys
right?
are getting your kilts then.
It was really large too. He had like a really large pair of underwear on.
You're supposed
They
to
look
be
like
flying
slacks.
You know, pleated slacks. You know what's funny? You see a
Fat
kilt.
bastards underwear.
Yeah, it was fat as hell.
You see a kilt, and you almost think like almost like a bathing suit. It has like the mesh inside that you have to put your legs through.
Well, he fell the first time not on purpose, and then the second time we're like, well, you can't not fall while we're doing the interview. So he fell. We made him fall again. So I don't know if it came out good or not. They're going through it right now, so we'll see if I'm
Sounds good to me.
fired. Was it funny enough?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
sure?
Oh,
I
yeah.
liked it.
All right. That was one of the. I think that might have been the best. Then we got the whole bar to fucking chant, and it was fucked up because when they did the dry run, they were supposed to say Chaz and AJ PLR, we love you, blah blah blah. So I did the dry run, and they said Chaz and AJ PLR, and then when it came time for the real run, it sounded like kindergartens trying to sing Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Chaz PLR, it sounded like the people at the Southbury Training School trying to audition for American Idol.
All right. What time do we finish? At 1 o'clock?
We finish whenever the fuck we say we finish.
All right.
You're on the clock. Go. What do you got?
We got the Mob Squad, so we're good.
Yay. I'd like to talk about real quick. The Rams uniforms last year, they look like if you played any like RPG game. Like
Didn't load all the
your-
way?
Exactly. It looked like you didn't unlock the entire uniform. It's like, hey, we're blue and gold down top, but our helmets are just blue and white. It's
So-
like Madden, like, hey, you unlocked part of the throwback uniforms, but you only have the current jerseys.
So they won't let us wear the throwbacks.
The Rams haven't prestiged yet.
You have to put it in 2 years prior to changing your uniforms.
Stupid.
So it's changing when we move into the new stadium in 2019.
Well, if that's the case, then I think the Bears and Steelers, we should swap helmets,
Yeah.
but not change jerseys.
Well, if that's the case, the Seahawks had plans to do this like in a 10-year span. Okay, we're gonna be done in 3 years. We're gonna change it. Like
Real quick shout out.
So the
to-
Rams are going to Vegas?
no, the Raiders.
Raiders.
Raiders are
What
the
stadium are they moving into?
They're moving into their LA stadium. They just moved from St. Louis.
I thought they were in LA.
They are in LA. They're
Playing
playing
in
the
a soccer
Coliseum right
stadium.
now.
Oh, they're playing the soccer team. I don't watch that.
No. That's the Chargers.
Chargers are.
I'm busy working at football day.
Quick shout out to Christian, Jack, and Mark, all listening on Facebook Live. What's going on?
Thank you for listening.
Yeah,
Golf clap.
absolutely.
Yeah. What's the wheel say?
So Wheel says season expectations. Season expectations with all the freaking moves we made. Super Bowl or bust. That's all it is.
Win it or get there.
Win it is the ultimate goal, obviously, but get there is what
The
we have on our plate.
expectations.
Well, you got to figure no one's going to be able to throw a pass against the Rams this year.
Marcus Peters.
Or everyone is, because they don't have any experience together.
Marcus Peters.
The first few games might be a little rough for the defense.
There might be some growing pains early, but I
have
think they'll figure it
The
out.
problem is right now we have no linebackers and no pass rush.
Yeah, we have Cooper Kupp.
We have
Cooper Kupp.
Aaron Donald is going to take $17 million this year in the cap space once we extend him, and it's going to hurt.
Yeah, but you have Cooper Kupp. So
Cooper Kupp.
I think we can
Future Hall of Famer Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
Think we can sync up a Cooper Cup better than the drunk PLR people? Maybe we do.
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
I'm going to go back.
Probably
I'm going to go back to the
on
Bills real quick because my thing for them was one move I want them to make. They should trade for Nick Foles.
No, Cooper Cup.
All right.
All right, moving on.
Jeff Martin, Jeff has
Damn.
J-E-T-S, Jeff.
team.
Real quick.
Okay.
The city of New York should just be like, all right, here's the deal. New England, we'll give you the economic rights to Manhattan for 1 year. You give us Tom Brady.
Where do you build it in Manhattan, though? Where do you build it in Manhattan?
Underground. Subways.
Underground stadium.
Do you build a dome?
What if
No.
you suspend it above buildings?
I think it's a,
Shout
I
out
think
Eddie
it's-
Trans.
You know you could put a dome on a third floor.
I think
Just put Madison
I think
Square
it's
Garden
absolute shit that any team that plays in the northern part of the country has a dome. You should pride yourself on playing outside in the elements.
Yes.
Have you ever been outside for that long?
Yeah, I've been to
For
plenty
4
of NFL
hours.
games. Yes.
Running.
Yeah.
Scraping your knee on
It
frozen
sucks more.
fucking
I'll have you
ice.
know, I used to do the whitest sport ever known as crew, which is rowing.
And
we
crochet.
rowed in December through ice in fucking spandex. My nipples could cut diamonds when I was done. Did that stop me? Sometimes. But I still did it.
he can do heck of a needlepoint, too,
Oh, hell yeah.
while he's hurt.
All right. Jets, Jets. Fuck, marry, kill.
Ooh. I don't even know who
Joe
the roster is
Namath.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't even know who's on the team anymore.
Joe Namath.
Bridgewater.
Oh, Bridgewater.
Bridgewater's on
Josh
the Jets,
McCown.
Josh
Oh,
McCown.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Too bad it wasn't the Patriots. He could fuck Hernandez's corpse.
We are.
Wow.
God damn.
I can't believe it.
We'll give you a good one here.
I like when you hang out.
Sorry.
We'll give you down the quarterback line here. Josh McCown, Christian Hackenberg, and Bryce Petty.
Whoa, what about Teddy Bridge?
Nah.
Teddy Bridges isn't a Jet
All right,
yet.
I'm not gonna lie. I already
signed.
forgot all
He
three
didn't
names.
sign yet.
Hackenberg,
baby.
Hackenberg's dead.
Bryce Petty, and Josh McCown.
Can we go kill, marry?
Kill, kill,
I'm
kill.
marrying McCown. He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going
And,
to take care of you.
Plus, you'll get season tickets to
Petty.
the high school football games that he coaches at.
Petty's,
Petty's getting railed.
oh yeah,
Yeah, good for him.
or vice versa. I don't know how this goes,
Yeah.
but we'll find out. Go Jets.
Jets.
All right.
That's the thing. J-E-F-F. Jeff.
Paul with the Packers.
I've got the
Can
Packers.
we choose his category?
The Packers. Don't you dare say greatest player of all time.
Favorite cheese.
It actually landed on greatest player of
Lindbergh.
So the Packers can is blank. It should say "Go Pack Go" or "We fucking suck." Any of those are.
Cheeseheads?
What about fuck Brett Favre?
No. He's the only redeemable Packer in my eye, and that's because he's packing
What
dick
about
pics
Jordy
to
Nelson?
women.
Jordy Nelson's
The
redeemable.
only thing he's got.
Hey, that guy sent a
So
pecker
best
pic.
player of all time?
Or no, that was the best thing. J Bart sent us a text one time, and it was like, we're talking about Brett Favre, and he goes, "That guy sends Richard pictures." I was dying.
All right. Best
For those
player
of
of
you
all
who
time,
don't know,
Packers.
Dick is slang for Richard. What?
Best
Best player of all time, Packers.
He's gonna say Brett Favre.
Yeah, we gotta do like lightning
Bart
rounds.
Starr.
No.
Aaron?
No.
What was that wide receiver's name? The one that broke all the records back in
Donald
before?
Diver.
Oh no, Clay Matthews.
Clay Matthews. No, AJ Hawk.
I respect
Done.
Clay Matthews. Fuck that name. Fuck him. Fuck Jermichael Finley. Fuck Donald Driver.
Uh-oh.
Charles.
Wow, Donald.
I actually would give it to Charles Woodson.
Wasn't he there for like a year?
Bart Starr.
He was there for
No,
already
Charles
said
Woodson. I think Charles Woodson was the greatest Packer of all time. Bart Starr was good, but he played in a different era of quarterback. What
about Amon Green?
Shut your mouth.
Can you say
I agree with Jeff.
Lombardi? Like, is that allowed?
Hold on. Eddie Lacy.
So I'm talking like Super Bowl. Well, Lacey was good for the Packers. I'm
Good
gonna talk
for me.
What about
John Cool?
We'll talk like post Super Bowl era. I would say Charles Woodson. He was dominant at both corner and safety. He was an absolute threat on the defensive side of the ball. Didn't matter where the ball was thrown. He just seemed to be there. If he was guarding somebody on the left side of the field, if you throw a hook route to the right, he was the guy making the tackle. He was just everywhere. He was a nightmare for any offense going against him. Trust me, I watched it twice a year for 10 years. It was just atrocious. But I give it to him. I only don't give it to Brett Favre only because the interceptions, Aaron Rodgers and him for me are on the same caliber because, yes, Rodgers is, seems to be more of a threat offensively in terms of big plays, touchdowns, his capability of the Hail Mary pass. At the end of the day, they both have only won one Super Bowl. And that's really the true measure
So
of
here's
your winning capability. So I give it to Woodson.
Here's your second question. What's the greatest Packers play of all time?
Beating the Steelers on Kyle's
It's probably
dad's
a
birthday.
tie between when Shea McClellan broke through the offensive line and took Aaron Rodgers to the ground via a horse collar tackle that wasn't called, breaking his collarbone, or Anthony Barr chasing him outside of the pocket and hitting him in a non-dirty play, which I'd like to throw that out there to all the Packers fans
It was
listening.
not a dirty play.
Because we saw plenty of players, not make that hit and the quarterback rush for yards. So, but Anthony Barr delivering a very great, crucial,
play.
just real hard blow to Aaron Rodgers, causing him to land on his clavicle inappropriately and cause a breakage.
I'm going to go with the Fail Mary.
Yeah,
It was just a debacle.
Any of those are great.
All
No,
right.
you know what? You know what the greatest one is? The greatest play ever is the onside kick against the Giants when Richard Rodgers dropped it.
Just missed it.
That was fantastic.
All right. Red Baron, you
This beer's gonna taste like piss.
They all do.
It's
They
Bud
get
Light.
worse after each.
Oh, we got another orange can.
Ooh,
The Red Rocket.
the Bengals.
Who better for Andy Dalton than Andy Dalton Jr.?
That's right. My hair was never that red. Except when I was a kid.
Red Baron.
In the sunlight, when you turn that way, you
Let me
can
tell you, I
Baron,
didn't even
Nero.
taste the Jets can, and I know it tastes better than this Packers.
What is the greatest Bengals play of all time?
The greatest Bengals play of all time.
Joe Mixon in the bar.
Oh, easy. The Chad Johnson, the Terrell Owens,
Oh,
that never
Classic
really
play.
existed.
Go search Chad Johnson throws to Terrell Owens. You won't miss it. Great play.
You won't find it.
You won't find it.
but you won't miss it either.
What about who was that front flipped into the end zone?
Oh, that was Cordell Patterson.
That was Jerome Simpson.
Jerome Simpson. That's right.
I was like saying Cordell. People were like, "What? He was a Bengal."
do that too?
No, but it was Jerome Simpson's one who front flipped over the defender into the end zone
And
landed on his 2 feet.
and
Big-
just went like this and was like,
Like,
I'm
that's like the
done.
biggest middle finger you can do in the NFL.
Yeah,
Best
to land it too.
best Bengals play
Antonio
of all
Brown
time.
kicking that punter in the face.
God broke his jaw.
Oh man, that's tough. Bengals don't have a lot of like great highlights. I'm trying
So,
to think of one.
Week 17 when Dalton beat the Ravens.
Yeah, but that was a bigger play for the Bills than it was. For the
So, go ahead.
All right, off the top of my head, real quick. So actually, against the Steelers, nonetheless, in 2005, they came in and they picked off Roethlisberger to put up like a 2-score lead on him and put them to win the division.
Quick shout out to
all I got.
Ryan listening.
And
to
then
Facebook
proceeded to not win a playoff game.
Yeah, and the Steelers beat him in the wild card. So
Who's Ryan?
Live. I'm just announcing people watching on Facebook Live. Guy we went to high school with.
Hey, golf club.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Ryan Timothy.
he was a Packers fan. I think I know why he left.
All right, so what do you got?
I have the Big Blue, the New York Giants.
All right, Big Blue. What are your season expectations for him?
More brown cigarettes.
It's tricky with the Giants because for me, their roster, they can make the playoffs. But last year we got
healthy.
killed by injuries. We didn't. The coach lost the locker room. I think they can make the playoffs if everyone can stay healthy. If Odell can, grow up a little bit, just a little
Or a lot.
Did McAdoo go anywhere?
Say that again.
Did McAdoo go anywhere?
Last I heard, he had an interview to be the Browns' offensive coordinator.
No, Dollar Tree.
Why are you surprised?
Dollar Tree.
Why are you surprised at a grown man actions when he's a millionaire when he came from the fucking ghetto?
Oh, there's
Why
no
is everybody?
surprise.
Well, he doesn't need to grow up. It's the way he is.
It's not that. It's just
He doesn't have to change.
It's not
grow
that.
up
It's just
in the
that
sense
the
of-
platform that he's on. It has nothing to do with me. For me, I could care less about like the message you're delivering to kids and stuff like that. It's like
I agree.
Like, fuck it. Like you're an NFL athlete.
But
you're
he's an
adult.
asshole on the
But-
field, so he's not delivering
Right.
any message.
Exactly. So I understand. I don't have anything against that. But the place he plays professional football in the NFL, and they're very against drugs and the stuff. It's disallowed in the league.
Cocaine.
And to let somebody
Irvin.
to be sitting in a hotel room with what looks to be
I'm more
cocaine,
pissed at that pizza. It was the fucking terrible thing.
but to,
Domino's.
still on the bed to
And the
have,
pizza was not eaten.
untouched to have a plate of flour
That's
and a
sacrilege.
black and mild in your hand.
Yeah,
which
but you
could
know
be
what?
easily construed as cocaine and tobacco.
If he was doing coke, he's not eating.
So my thing
So-
is,
Well,
the pizza wasn't
it's just
touched.
my thing
True.
is when the players like they know what's at stake for them. and they allow somebody in the room to fill them.
Oh, I'm not saying what he did wasn't wrong. I'm saying why do we expect any different
You guys
from...
misconstrued all that. That was a Papa John's commercial.
You guys...
No, they got fuck you. They got their sponsorship pulled.
I mean, it's hot now, bitch.
You gave someone like LeBron $100 million as a junior in high school, and where do you think like they go from eating 25-cent bags of chips at the corner store to going to mansions
in
Long
KFC to
Island?
Popeyes real quick.
I'm telling you, look like with Jordan when he came out, he was all this great guy, and then all of a sudden he's a fucking gambling addict. It's like you're giving these people money, and then we're all surprised that.
My thing on it, I really don't care what the players do. You make your money, live your life. I don't like if your actions start affecting the team. That's what football's about. It's a team sport, and when your actions affect the team where you're taking penalties or, Odell's our star receiver. When he's suspended, our offense is drastically worse without Odell on the field.
No, he doesn't.
Everybody knows that. So when you start affecting the team, then someone needs to step in and
fire him,
make it happen. But then he just goes to another team and affects that team.
Well, then if NFL can put sanctions on putting falling cops on your helmet, they could put sanctions on an asshole being and losing his money for a year. Don't just fire him.
It's called a suspension.
Suspend him for a year, though. Don't let him go to another team. And then when he comes back, put a sanction on the fucking money that he's supposed to.
Suspend him. That's still a year on his contract, though.
But he's not. It's not guaranteed. So he won't get his guaranteed money if he.
Well, right, but he could still go to a different team as soon as.
So I'm saying, though, make the rule. He can't go to another team. Fuck him. Let him learn.
Real quick, shout out to Dave Sanderson. He's listening. And Rebecca, I want to say hello real quick to Dave.
Hello.
Also, shout out to
iPhone 5.
No, to Jones. Yeah, Jones T Rexosaurus here. We've changed his style up a little bit. He's now.
What's going on with Mickey over there?
So he's giving Mickey the missionary while drinking a Bud Light can. He's got glasses, 2 pens in his mouth.
This went from a sports show to Triple X real quick.
So one more shout out while we're on the air. Give a shout out to the Mama Mass who is listening in right now.
Ooh, hello.
All right. Lightning round.
Yeah,
we gotta get all right, let's go.
How many are left?
We got one more round after this.
So
one.
I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and fire the cannons.
That's good for them.
All right, we have worst player all time.
Worst player all time. Freeman. Next.
Who was their quarterback that they signed as soon as they became an expansion?
Vinny Testaverde.
Was it Testaverde?
I think it was.
Kyle, worst player of all time.
Lightning
You
round.
are so bad at lightning round.
Okay, I don't fucking know. It's Josh Freeman, okay?
Okay, Josh Freeman.
You got a couple minutes, like 1 minute. Like,
Come on, dude.
I said fucking Freeman!
Why do you have his jersey then? Asshole.
Because he was good when he first came out.
No, he wasn't. He fucking sucks.
Oh, Kyle, you killed me. I love you.
Lions.
You don't mean that.
Lions. We got best player of all time for the Lions. That's unquestionable. It's Barry Sanders.
Hold on.
No, he's right.
Barry Sanders.
What are you about to say right now? Even Kyle won't disagree with that
Wait,
one.
Amari Spivey?
He was good.
Reggie Bush.
Nate Burleson.
Now we're talking.
Theo Riddick is really good, guys.
Gary Sanders, is that who we said?
Greg Robinson.
Oh.
All right.
J-Mart, we got the last 2 cans here, so you get to take your pick. All right.
Ooh, 49ers.
Faithful since 46.
Did they overpay for Garoppolo?
All right, these are the last 2 cans, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay, so we're picking the categories for these last 2. What do we got? 49ers.
Best player all time.
Okay, that's a good one. It's unquestionably the GOAT, though, isn't it?
Oh, it's Frank Gore.
Biggest dick in
Hey, you see the hammer on that guy?
That guy's running around with a freaking 2x4 in his pants. Good for him.
Is that a metaphor for
So just
penis?
real quick, Ryan Timothy would like everyone to know that Kyle sucks.
Kyle, you do suck.
Thank you, Ryan.
Ryan, if you're still listening,
Cheers to Ryan. I'll even toast the Packers can for this one.
if you're still listening, Ryan, your car is sick. All right, I follow you on Instagram. Big fan of your vehicle.
This is the last episode of Jeff on the show.
Hi, Ryan.
All right, so what do we got? The best player of all time is Jerry Rice.
Oh, no. Jeff, what do you think? 49ers?
Jimmy
Garoppolo. For what he does on and off the field, Colin Kaepernick. No, yes, Jerry Rice.
All right, that was the easiest one. Paul, go. What do you got?
All our visitors went away.
I got the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
Rise up, Red Sea.
Draft.
All right, what do we got for draft dudes?
Shout out Alex Cullen.
The Cardinals,
Yeah.
quarterback.
Kyle's boss.
He is my boy.
Cardinals
Kyle,
need
you're
just
his
as much
bitch.
as the Seahawks.
Quarterback, defensive back, and
Say
offensive
it.
line.
Yeah.
They do need an offensive
And wide
line.
receiver.
Even though they signed
They need
Justin
those three
Pugh,
more,
doesn't
though.
Matter.
Again, we're not talking about just first round. We're talking
No,
about
I'm talking
what
about
they
the whole
need in the
draft. They need those three things more than they need a receiver. If they spent the whole draft focusing on offensive line, corners and safeties, and a quarterback, I think that their draft was a success. The receivers,
They should trade for Nick Foles.
Receivers are one of those things that the receivers will come in free agency. It's such a passing game now. There's such a plethora of receivers that get their chance. I mean, look at Gabriel from the Falcons. The Bears signed him. Like, he got a decent contract. Like, there's so many receivers now that they'll get those players in free
Am I the
agency.
only one who hates free agency?
Yes.
Free agency is the worst. There's a reason that people haven't signed these people back.
Money.
Well, it comes down to money and,
But you're going to make an effort to sign these people if they're worth it.
$20 is $20. You know.
There's an old saying, you're a product of the system you're in.
Yeah.
Some players just haven't found that system yet. Some players spend their whole career looking for that system. Eddie Royal had it in San Diego, but they didn't want to re-sign him, and he left. Certain players, they do really well on certain teams. And
Tom Brady.
Well, Tom Brady's a different case. Tom Brady is the team.
Greg Lewis.
Bill Belichick is that team.
No, it's Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
It really is the two of them. There's nothing else about that.
It's the two of them, Mark.
It's not, because they
So you're
win
saying-
without Brady.
So if
Who's a better dynasty? Is it
but
the
you're saying,
49ers during the
if
80s
we
or
took
is it the
Brady
Patriots?
out and we gave Belichick Manziel, they would be playoff team every year.
Probably, yeah. Absolutely. Every quarterback that's played behind Brady comes in and is successful. Matt Castle went 11-5 with the Patriots.
One season.
And he's horrible.
But hold on. We're going to go back to that. Are you going to say that if Case Keenum went over there, they would be a playoff team?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So basically, your argument is that if Brady went anywhere else, he'd be 5-6, five or six win quarterback.
I think if Brady went to any other team, he wouldn't have been given the opportunity that he got. I know Bledsoe got hurt, but he wouldn't be what he is.
But the opportunity has nothing to do with Belichick.
But what I mean is,
But you
he
can't
was
say-
able
but you
to
can't say the
grow.
opportunity.
He was able to grow into the quarterback that he is because of the system he was in.
But Tom Brady had nothing to do with Belichick. The first two Super Bowls he won was all anchored by the defense. Had nothing to do with the offense or Belichick.
Agreed.
It was all defensive ridden.
But you're going to say that because Brady was in the system, he was able to grow from it. That's why he became the greatest of all time. What about all the other?
That's how it works for every player, though.
What about all the other players that played in that system?
There's no quarterback in NFL
Ryan
history
Mallett
that didn't
played
have
in
a
that-
coach that they played with for a long time. That was due to their success. Peyton Manning had Dungy.
Right.
I know.
So would Peyton Manning have sucked without Dungy? Was it all Dungy's success?
Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl on a different team.
Peyton Manning did not win that Super Bowl.
But
No, he didn't.
Peyton,
Not even
no,
close.
you can't say
that
Peyton
one
Manning
he
won a
didn't win.
Super Bowl on another
That
team.
one, but he
Peyton
went to a
Manning
different
was
team
a
and-
member of a roster that won a Super Bowl.
He got benched mid-season.
He went
Got
on a
hurt.
different team
Got
and
hurt.
had a record-setting offense.
Please.
He got benched.
He got benched.
Please.
He went to a different team and had
Came
led a
back,
record-setting
he took Brock's
offense.
spot.
He also
He
had
had a
one,
record-setting
he also
team
had
around
a
him.
great freaking coach.
The-
Kubiak was amazing.
It's entirely symbiotic. There's no Super
Ooh,
Bowls
big word.
without.
Kendall, yeah.
Thank you, all the fans out there. Brady and Belichick, they win together. Okay, the first three Super Bowls that Brady has is more credited to his defense as a top 5 defense every year. However, Brady is taking them to the Super Bowl the next 2 years. Though they lose, Brady is much more credited than the
3
defense there.
touchdowns, 505 yards.
So here's the deal.
Have Johnny
Just,
Manziel do that.
Let's separate the two. I think Brady's a good enough quarterback to make it to the Super Bowl and, in fact, win a Super Bowl. Do they win 7? Or I mean, do they go to 7 or 8, whatever it is, without each other? Absolutely not.
No.
So that's what it is. There's no who's better because of the other. It's entirely. Could you imagine, like, we could say that for anybody? Could you imagine, like, Michael Jordan, and LeBron? It's entirely it's speculation.
No, you're right. It's the exact same
Would
thing.
Steve Young have been Steve Young without Bill Walsh?
Michael Jordan wouldn't have gone to. Michael Jordan wouldn't have had 2 3-peats without Phil Jackson. And Phil Jackson wouldn't have had that without Michael Jordan, Scottie
Right.
Pippen, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant. It's
To add to that, fuck Phil Jackson.
on that note,
Shout out Tony Peipenbacher.
Hey, Tone.
We got some plugs for you.
Yes, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Getting Sports with Drunk.
Do it.
Twitter is GSWD_4.
Make sure to use the hashtag GSWD for all your daily uses, whether it's drinking 32 warm Bud Lights or arguing about the Patriots' success as a non-Patriots fan.
Find us on Podbean and iTunes, and here every Sunday from 11 to 1 on PPRN.
Make sure to also tune in to the PPRN radio network for all your daily needs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Download the app.
And your podcast is on the app and the website.
We've got great music. We've got the Peter Pino Show. We've got the Latin soundtrack. All kinds of great shows.
No, we don't.
We don't have the Latin soundtrack? I thought we still had it.
Tomorrow, though, there's a brand new show starting. Anna and what's her name? Shauna and I don't know. Shauna and Lala starts tomorrow at 5 o'clock from 5 to 6.
Tune in.
Carmelo dated
Latin
Lala
soundtrack
for a while.
went on their own way.
They might still be together.
My bad. Thank you for listening. Make sure to tune in next week. We'll have something terrible, set for you.
Keep the 24th. We're going to Thimble Island.
That's true,
We're
too.
going to have another remote
Where the
show.
hell is Thimble Island?
Brantford.
I'll be at work.
It'll be our show
Can't
that
wait.
plays. It'll be our show that plays Easter Sunday.
Yes.
You boys better drink a lot of the Ghost IPA for me.
Well, we'll work out. I mean, we're very sorry, Jeff. We're gonna
Go fuck yourself.
Oh my.
So you're not going to do it live?
I pushed for it. I pushed for it.
Well, hold on. Wait. So that's a Saturday, though. We can do the show. I mean,
It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
Yeah,
We're doing
time?
the show live the next Sunday, but Easter Sunday, everybody's like, I got to spend time with my family.
What time on Saturday?
We're doing it at 9 a.m.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, Paul.
9 to what?
9. So we were kind of going for an hour. We can go long. It's kind of amenable, but it's what they want to do,
You could do it live. I can bump somebody.
Sorry, guy, you're out.
Ryan in
what I
our
like to
Facebook
hear.
chat, right before we leave, I just want to throw this at Paul and see what he says. Ryan Timothy, longtime Packers fan, says if you switch Rodgers with Brady, Rodgers has more rings.
Ooh.
So what, Roger with Belichick?
Rodgers on the Patriots has more rings.
That's
I mean,
tough. He's
it's one
more
of those
mobile.
things-
That's
I mean, I'll
Food
start
for
off
thought.
with
Food for thought.
I'll start off with a cop-out answer. We'll never know. But at the same time, it's why. I mean, why that question? I mean, Rodgers has been to one Super Bowl in his career, and it's not like McCarthy's not a great coach. McCarthy is hands down one of the greatest coaches of this generation of football,
But
if not going to go down as one of the greatest coaches of all time. I mean, I understand, I'm a Bears fan, and I hate the Packers because of the rivalry, and because, I mean, I'll be honest, the Bears have not been as good because they've had multiple generations of great quarterbacks. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and say the Packers are a terrible team.
The problem at the end of the day is the Packers front office and their lack of willingness to do anything to address their needs.
sounds like most of my sports
Here's my thing.
teams.
Both teams have had great defenses in their tenure. The Packers' defense when they won the Super Bowl was far superior than the defense that they have now.
Yes.
Much like Brady's defense in his early part of his career was far superior to the defense he has now. I personally think that Rodgers has had more formidable receiving weapons than Brady has had.
Right.
I think that Brady... Now, I'm not saying that Rodgers hasn't made those weapons what they are today, but you look at... if you sit down and you talk fantasy football, we're going to sit down and talk the top 20 receivers that you need to draft. Cobb, Nelson, Adams, they're in that list. They're in the discussion. But if you look at Tom Brady...
You had maybe Edelman.
You look at
that's
the
about
receivers, it always comes I'll draft that guy because of Tom Brady.
Right.
Adams has the ability to get open. Adams is turning himself into a receiver that's going to do what he has to do. I mean, Adams very well could have dropped off when Hundley came in, but he didn't. Adams showed that he was even more
Everyone
the guy.
else did.
So, it's one of those things, I don't think so, personally. The Giants they played better in those Super Bowls. The Seahawks, it was a bad call by Pete Carroll. That wasn't because, if Aaron Rodgers was in the game, I don't think, that was just a bad call.
Let me show you my Pete Carroll real quick.
Yeah, I like it. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think so.
I would say still, if you put Rodgers into the system, he still doesn't do better than Brady.
We'll never know.
Well, the thing too is going down the line, his whole career, Rodgers is a much more deep threat guy than Brady has ever been.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Rodgers will take way more deep shots in one game than Brady will take in a 4-game span.
Rodgers also has a lot. He waits for the pass to come. Brady is a quick fire guy, and gets rid of the ball. That's how they make their weapons.
But who knows? It's good for discussion. Make sure you tune in next week and listen to PPRN always.
Rams Jaguars 2019 Super Bowl.
We saying goodbye? We're gonna say our goodbyes.
I thought it was our goodbye. All right.
I want to say we say our names.
Okay, I'm the hostess, Cupcake the Riddler.
I'm Mark.
Gene Washable.
I'm Mojito.
J.M.R. outside.
I'm the Red Baron.
And our guest.
And the Mass.
Thanks, Peter.
Yeah,
Thanks, Peter.
Yeah, absolutely. Love to do it again.
That is.